Hey everybody, welcome to Wither and Bloom Studios. I'm Todd, I'm your GM, and that's Eric over there with that look.
What's up, everybody?
How we all doing tonight? It's good to see you.
Yerp.
Typically, when we come into this studio to play this game and to come to all of you, we're sitting down here in these chairs 40 minutes early before the cameras ever even go on, and we're prepping, and tonight, this big giant pickup truck outside of the studio decided to just unleash all of its bowels into the street. 20 gallons of gasoline right out into the road. The house, the studio, everything smells so bad. They had the hazmat teams here out there.
Kitty litter everywhere.
Kitty litter everywhere. It was quite a sight.
I had to stop, go all the fucking way around through
full-on detour.
You got really detoured.
I got hosed.
There's Rabbit. How's it going, Rabbit?
What's
nice
up, Rabbit?
to see you. So that being said, by the way, can you drop in the Discord that we're on? Would you mind doing that? We got one announcement or two announcements. Let me pull up my announcements here.
The announcements.
The announcements. I have an announcement to make. I am so excited to announce that you have been watching us, or maybe you haven't, maybe you're new to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Maybe you're new to the channel. But if you're not, you know that we have been playing for close to 3 years in the homebrew world that I've slowly been making and we have been all contributing to, called Vesper. And Vesper is a place that we are deeply invested in, and I have been making art for Vesper, maps for Vesper, lore, creation myth, magical systems, on and on and on. It's evolved over time. We are finally bringing Vesper to you as a book. And I'm super excited. I've been talking about the book for a long time, but it is now actually happening. So let me tell you a little bit about that, just to kind of get you primed for that and give you a little bit of an actual schedule. So first of all, this book is going to be made for the Daggerheart system, which I'm excited about. So we're going to be making this book for Daggerheart.
Which is crazy that we're announcing it today on the release date of Hope and Fear.
Which is actually something I hadn't thought of. So thank you. Yeah, that's cool.
Skadoosh.
All right, so Hope and Fear's out, people. Go and get it.
It's so much fun.
And I got the deluxe edition, and I haven't even opened it yet, so I'm kind of like, what do we do here? So anyway, Vesper is coming out for Daggerheart. It is going to include everything from lore, creation myth. It's going to have campaign frames. It's going to have new adversaries. It's going to have a new community. It's going to be chock full 200 to 300 pages, full-size hardcover book. I personally am doing all of the art for it, so I'm out of my mind, but it's going well. Now, one of the most exciting things about this is I'm going to be working with Eric Lasher, who is number one.
In the chat.
Eric Lasher's in the chat right now.
Hell yeah, dude.
What's up, Eric? Good to see you. Eric Lasher is the creator of Hope Springs Eternal, which is a recent release of campaign frames for Daggerheart. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to put a link to that in this description. I'm not sure if it's there right now, but we'll get it in there for you. You got to check that out. But Eric is also the creator of numerous ttrpgs, including Midnight Muscadines, which this past year was an ENnie-nominated ttrpg. So this book is in fantastic hands. I'm super excited about that. Now, quickly, the schedule. We are going to be creating and dropping the Kickstarter landing page. That's the place you go to follow us and wait for updates in September, probably in the next couple of weeks. That's going to be coming out, so I'll keep you posted on that. With the actual Kickstarter funding beginning in late November, early December. So that's coming. I hope you will all support us. We're going to be pushing this like crazy, and I can't wait to show you some of the mock-ups we've been making of the book. It looks gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So there's that. I don't have any other announcements, but Addie, I think you might have something that you wanted to say. Is that correct?
In terms of like the pregame tonight? Or...
I think we're just doing a recap, right?
Yeah, pregame, recap, whatever you want. I'm turning the table
right.
to you.
Awesome. Well, I mean, just to super quick touch on the book, just to generate a little more hype for that. On the way back from Gen Con, we had a phenomenal, like,
so good.
3-hour discussion about and like did a lot of.
We were collaborative world building.
Yeah, it was collaborative world building.
Yep.
In the car on the way back from Indianapolis, and a lot of the content from that that conversation is going to make its way into the book in the form of a lot of the campaign frames.
Yes, we have 2 ancestries coming to this book from that conversation alone.
Yeah.
So-
So we were cooking. So I'm really excited to keep fleshing that out.
Absolutely.
In terms of, do we want to do the pregame first, or do we want to do the recap first?
Let's do the pregame first.
Awesome. I think that'll be fairly short, because instead of like a little bit, I do want to just pose a quick character question, and it's not like an in-character thing like last week, but it's possibly something that might help get some gears turning outside of the games. I know that some folks like to make character playlists for their D&D characters, and music being a huge part of the creative process, especially when it comes to character creation in TTRPGs. So I don't know what these chuckle fucks are doing, but I want to interrupt it to ask if your character had a theme song, or like a needle drop song that could play in the games, what song would that be?
A theme song.
Ooh.
God, that's a
Yeah.
great one.
Man, Eddie always hurts my brain.
Sorry.
I know what the DMs would be.
Well, enlighten us,
The
please.
DMs would be "Here Comes Your Man" by the Pixies.
Oh.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not. I don't know. It's just the first thing that popped into my head was that.
That is a loaded fucking question.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for no heads up on that ahead of time.
Oh, I only came up with it 10 minutes ago.
All right, cool. That's fair then.
I mean, well, I think for Baradin, he would have 2 different things, because every now and then he joins over here in the forge a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, not necessarily like, a theme song to him, but like just what he would listen to,
Yeah.
definitely some like metal type stuff, something a little heavier if he's in the forge.
Yeah.
That's just gonna kind of like get him going. But when he's out working in his farm, he's just like mellowed back. Like I'm thinking like, not like classical type stuff, but just like easy going, like
Yeah.
serene,
Easy
type,
listening.
easy listening, little coffee house type stuff. That's what I'm
yeah.
thinking.
It's
I'm not coming up
Baradin
with a straight.
101.5.
I don't know. That's what I'm thinking.
That's
I
nice.
don't know.
All right, I dig that.
Oh, now you're gonna get us.
You're gonna get us copyrighted.
Yeah, you're gonna get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. Do
You
we have
know,
ads on? Do we?
Come on.
What's that?
So we don't have ads on, do we?
Doesn't matter.
Wow.
What was that?
I'm not gonna say now.
You can say it.
It's Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. Beat the Devil's
Nice.
Tattoo.
Is that what you'd play for your? Is that
Yeah.
your theme?
For Smog? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that fits Mog's vibe.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's got a nice delicate intro, a good heavy drop.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, it's diversified. shall we
Nice.
say. It's got a nice amount of dynamic values.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful. That's a good question. I appreciate that question.
Wait,
What about yours?
Yeah, you didn't
I
answer.
think Brune. I would probably go with the song "Healer" by Ivor, who is one of the most like prolific Nordic composers and songwriters. I've actually seen her live, and it's an incredible show. But she's dropping a new album this year, and all of the singles that have been coming out from that album, I feel like are very Brune in their vibe. So I'm leaning towards that kind of
Yeah.
vibe.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Beautiful.
So
A little recap from you?
Little recap, yeah.
I like
All
what
right.
Rabbit says, precap.
Precap.
A precap. I love
Precap.
it. So, for the recap, we began our adventure last week in the town of Pepperwick, which we spent 2 weeks building collaboratively, a little bit of collaborative world building. And we introduced our characters out and around the bazaar in the town of Pepperwick. How bizarre. And in preparation for receiving the inscription, or the pilgrimage of religious folk recreating the journey of the heart of the Vassarine as it returned to the continent of Afari, we were struck by the odd sensation of the inscription not arriving on time. So, of course, that sent the town of Pepperwick into not a panic, but a little bit of a state of concern. And we were tasked by Mayor Posh to go and look for the inscription. Upon leaving town on horseback to search for this troop of pilgrims, we came across a young boy on the side of the road by the name of Silas, who had in his possession a very strange rock that he seemed to be almost enthralled or enraptured by. And upon further searching down the road after sending him back home towards Pepperwick, we found this oddly darkened grove that seemed to be home to some eerie and disturbing fungal creatures who gave us a very stern warning to leave their home. And upon doing so, Brune found at their feet a similar crystal to that held by Silas mere time period ago. Upon finding the inscription, which we did down the road at a large campsite, we met a man named Fjord, who styled himself as this kind of negotiator or welcoming committee for the inscription, and welcomed us with open arms onto his encampment. And through speaking with some of the members of the inscription, we learned that they were in that spot and didn't really want to leave. So as they were showing us around their campsite, we were asking about whether or not they planned on venturing forth to Pepperwick, but they seemed very intent on it'll happen when it happens, which set off alarm bells in the three of our heads. And after warily enjoying some food with them at a campfire, Zmog met with a woman by the name of Charlotte, who seemed to be one of 3 individuals out of the, say, 70, 80 populace of the inscription that were not affected by whatever enthrallment seemed to take the minds and spirits of the rest of the inscription. We also found, as we prepared to bed down for the night, we found shards of those same crystals in bowls in our tent. So we deduced fairly quickly that the stones and the rocks had something to do with this strange contentment that had come over this group of people. And after speaking once again with Charlotte, we plotted to leave this encampment under the cover of night. And in an attempt to do so, we gathered our horses, gathered our belongings, and were not silent enough to leave the camp without being noticed by these colossal stags who Fjord adamantly, verbally defended as spirits, benevolent spirits that just don't want us to leave. However, the 3 of us, intent on vacating the premises with Charlotte, Noof, and Wince in tow, the 3 unaffected denizens of this campsite, we ended the session just before rolling initiative, but we each had some different actions leading into this possible, well, not possible tense scenario. It's a tense scenario, but leading into that tense scenario. And we're picking up exactly where we left off in a moment of tension where some of us are beyond the periphery, some of us are not, and more of these creatures are closing in.
Well done. I appreciate that very
Thank you.
much. I will say that when we left off last time, just at the very end, I said I was going to have you roll initiative when we got here. I will say, to my embarrassment, that my 3D print, my resin prints of the adversaries failed numerous times, and I was not able to produce them. So, we do have a map, and who knows, there might be other encounters tonight. But we might decide to do the beginning part of this theater of the mind, okay? Just in the beginning. Now, I said we were going to roll for initiative because I really want to take this into a more coordinated series of moves. I am not necessarily... This is one of my gripes about rolling for initiative. Every time a DM says roll for initiative, everybody thinks you must kill. I hope by now we realize that this is just about getting us into some organization.
No.
No.
We're hitting shift and going into turn-based mode is what's happening.
That's right.
Wow.
Roll for initiative, everybody.
Sure wasn't Brune like ready to?
Well, my sword
Schmack down.
my sword is absolutely drawn. I am ready to come to blows.
Alright, which one of these is going to fail
Yeah.
me
How's
tonight?
it gonna go tonight, Eric? That's not that bad. That's a good
I'll
start.
take that.
That is a pretty good start.
Okay.
Let's hear the good start.
I got a 16.
A 16. All right. Anyone above a
13.
16?
I got a 14.
A 14. Okay.
Shit, I have to go first.
You don't have to do anything.
I have a 13.
Oh, I have a 13.
Dexterity.
0.
Also 0.
It's an 11.
Should we have a roll off?
I mean, sure, we can roll these.
5.
13.
All right. So you're going first.
Do we both have 11 dexterities?
Yeah, I have 3 dump stats on my sheet.
Nice.
So, Eric, I'm curious. So we have this massive white, almost spiritual, like elk-like creature with massive horns. This thing towers above all of you.
Yeah.
It has, on several occasions, scraped its horn down into the gravel and thrown the gravel up at you in an attempt to sort of stop you from moving. What are you going to do here? What are you feeling? You don't have to do anything necessarily. It's not like if you lose this turn in the turn order, something's going to necessarily take some hit points away. We're just trying to breathe here.
Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb and make an assumption about these creatures that they would be able to comprehend some type of druidic iconography. And I'm gonna use my druidic ability to leave druidic message. And I'm going to put down my quarterstaff, and I'm going to get low on the ground in front of these 3 stags and reach out my hand across the grassy area that we're in front of and imbue this area with the hidden message of, we do not wish to harm anyone. We simply wish to leave and return to our homes. And I hope that in some way, shape, or form, this sparks some kind of connection with these creatures.
Okay.
That they may be able to see it.
Do you have to roll for that, or is it a cantrip? Or is that just an ability?
It's just an ability.
Okay. So describe it. Like, I heard you say it, but can you describe, like, you get down on the ground, and as you do, and you begin to sort of, there's some kind of gesture, right?
Yeah, I'm going to, almost like as if you would be signaling a canine that you wanted to play, where you kind of go into that child's pose, like hands outstretched low on the ground, on your knees, like kind of reaching forward. So my head's low, and I'm going to just make this arcing sweeping out. And underneath my arm and in front of my fingertips, there's a momentary glow, this greenish, almost a cyan glow that spells out, we don't mean any harm. We want to go home.
As you sort of lay your hand down and the glow comes from beneath your hand and illuminates the ground, Fjord, who's standing behind you, he's immediately like, don't hurt the custodians. Don't. They won't hurt you. And he doesn't realize that what you're doing right now is something simple and a peaceful gesture. But you do this, and you notice that the 3 of these stag-like creatures are heads sort of tilted to the side, looking down. And you're not really doing anything aggressive at this point. You're not attempting to leave. You're not moving. And so they're just sort of standing there. You, however, I believe are behind them. Is that correct?
I'm behind one of them, but I'm in between 2 of them.
Yeah, there were 2 that were approaching from the side, so you're sort of between them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially, if we were making 2 different points,
Right. Right.
they're on either side of the point, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've finished that motion, and you've definitely gotten their attention. You see that they're paying attention to what you're doing. There doesn't appear to be any... Are you trying to get them to...
Let us pass. Those custodians.
Well, I would say that the first thing you notice as you do that, other than the fact that they're paying attention to you, is the 2 that are towards the back or towards the side begin to move in Brune's direction. Because Brune is in a place that's different from yours, and they're kind of like almost like sheepdog trying to corral Brune around. And I'm going to bring this over now to you, because they're moving towards you with their antlers almost locked in like a scoop, like a snow plow. They're like trying to move you. What do you want to do?
I think what I'm gonna do is, in seeing this display, this profession of nonviolence, Brune is going to put their shield on their back and, holding their sword, is going to almost take the hilt of the blade into a loose reverse grip, and then using their non-dominant hand is going to slowly trace a sigil of her own in the ground, in the dirt, all around her. It's not inherently magical as we would make a mechanic of it, but it is founded in her personal beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
And as it begins to take shape, there is a visible design cut into the dirt and the mud and the path. And Brune locks eyes with these creatures that are almost ready to corral them. And says, once again in Primordial, trying to speak in the oldest language that they know, to communicate with the world itself, and just say, I am the only one with authority to move me. And as that phrase enters the air, the shale texture of Brune's skin starts to ripple a little bit. And as an Earth Genasi, twice per long rest, I can cast the Blade Ward cantrip on myself as a bonus action. So I would like to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically that states that I would gain resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
So if it does come to a point where they try to move me,
Yeah.
I won't be as hurt.
Okay. Okay. And so you kind of would you say that in doing this, are you trying to persuade or intimidate or anything of that nature? Are you looking to get a reaction from them?
I'm not looking for a reaction. I'm looking for understanding.
Would that be persuasion, or is there no required role here? You're just kind of looking for me to play through it.
I'd go. I mean, if a persuasion check is on the table, I'd love to make one.
You could try.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I'll do that.
Certainly try.
That's a 22.
So as you do this and lay this down, these two elk actually kind of pause for a moment. Their antlers are still locked in this sort of like semi-circular formation. Their heads are kind of tilted like this, and they've got this kind of scoop laying down into the ground. They pause and they watch as you continue to draw this and tell them that you are the only one with the authority to move you. And as that is happening, Baradin, what are you doing?
Okay, so I'm on the side over here with Jmog, and the fuck is his name?
Fjord.
Fjord.
Where?
Where-
Having some nightlight.
Where
Switching to
did
night.
the couple of other people, Charlotte?
Charlotte, Noof, and Wince.
Okay. Yes.
They're next to the two of you. So
Okay,
there's
so
5 of you
they're-
in this spot.
It's 5 of us, 1 stag, Haroon. The other 2 are kind of moving in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm on this side. I think I'm just gonna seeing Zamag do a little something. Was there kind of a reaction at all to the peaceful druidic like kind of motion?
Well, right now, the general level of aggression amongst all 3 of these stags has
doesn't
slowed
want us
down.
to.
It's really slowed down. At first, you had one throwing gravel at you with its antler and kind of stepping towards you. That has stopped. And you also had 2 that were trying to corral Brune's existence. That has stopped. So we've hit the pause button briefly.
Now that these things have kind of, presented themselves a little more, and Fjord said he called them guardians?
Custodians.
Custodians. Can I make like a religion check or anything to see if I'm proficient in it? I'm not great at it, but
Go ahead.
see if anything comes to mind as to these not really 11.
Yeah, this doesn't really ring too much of a bell. Your general knowledge of this, you definitely have the feeling that there is something spiritual here. But beyond that, you can't quite pinpoint where this lives on the evil to good spectrum, and if it is a lawful or chaotic type of creature.
Okay. Man, I really want to try something, but I think it might be a little aggressive, just so I can cook a little bit. Brune picked up one of the crystals from
Silas,
The mushroom.
way back.
zone.
Oh,
Yeah, but
yeah.
it's in the saddlebag.
Do I know it's in the saddlebag?
Yes,
We
you
know it's wrapped
absolutely-
up
That was
in the
mentioned.
saddlebag.
Yep.
Okay. Could I start walking towards the horse very gently?
I would say the horses are behind you,
Okay.
so
I'm just gonna
any movement backwards
Go in that direction.
doesn't seem to alarm them.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Given that the initiative order falls to me now and these custodians and frankly everyone else in the group
It's gonna
that
kill one of us now.
happens to be there,
A bolt of lightning comes out of their arms.
not
Rocks
quite.
fall, everyone dies.
Yes. Fjord takes a moment and turns to all of you and he's like, listen, it's late. Perhaps we should all get some rest. It's been a long journey for you. We're clearly upset. We're clearly upsetting the custodians. We could take some time and talk about this in the morning. Don't you think that would be a good idea? I really don't want to argue, and I certainly don't want this to turn into any kind of fight. I would hate to see the custodians harmed in any way. Why don't you give it a thought? What do you say?
We do not wish to stay.
I don't have any opposition to you going. Honestly. It's more them that seem to have the issue. You seem to have calmed them, which is nice. You could try to leave, I suppose. I would just ask that if they become aggressive, because we've always listened to them. For the longest time, we've listened to everything that they, on the few occasions where we've tried to wander off and the custodians come in and sort of just seem to stop us from moving, we don't argue, and we've always turned back.
How long have you been in contact with these custodians?
You see, Fjord really think. I'm not sure. A while. As long as I can...
How long have you been in this spot where they've not let you move?
I honestly haven't given it much
And
thought.
your pilgrimage that normally proceeds the same way every year, year in, year out.
Yeah, I remember the pilgrimage.
How long does this normally take you in this general area? You've been here before, no?
We have, yes. Yes. I remember this place.
And this is the first year you've felt contentment in setting up camp and staying here. Is this the first year you've encountered these custodians? Is this the first year the custodians have expressed the desire to keep you here? Is this the first year you've found these stones?
You see Fjord, utterly confused and clearly thinking very, very hard. And with that, he's kind of like... And he grabs a hold of his head, and he's like... it's almost as if he got a sudden headache. He's like, oh. Oh. Forgive me, Smog. I seem to feel a little ill. If you don't mind, I'd just like to lay down for a bit. I don't feel well.
It's your head, huh?
Yeah, it's searing pain. Forgive me. And he kind of
Did it just come from you trying to recall?
Or it just came on suddenly. I
Out of
really
nowhere,
should.
huh?
I really should sit down. He starts feeling behind him for
You
a
go
bench.
drink some water and lay down.
I'll. Yes, that's a good idea.
Before you do, Fjord, one question. And I'm kind of looking over my shoulder and calling back to him. What is the name of the town you're from?
I'm sorry. I don't remember right now. I don't understand what's going on.
You don't remember right now, or you don't remember?
And with that, you see his knees go a little bit weak, and he just kind of rolls down onto the ground, and he passes out. With that, two people from the encampment who have been watching from a distance, they come running over, and they grab him, and they kind of prop him up, and they lead him over. One of them gets water and begins to give it to him. He's not dead, but he's clearly extremely distressed.
He's a little gogazat, huh? A little gogazat, a little skashad, a little...
Speak English to me.
He's a little fucked up, huh?
He's peacocked, yeah.
It's a bit fucked.
Yeah.
I got nothing that can help this man right now. I'm sorry, I'm tired.
Well,
I mean, I don't want to sleep in their camp, but,
I don't think they're going to let us go. I
certainly
mean, Bruin's still in the middle of these things.
I'm gonna turn and look to Charlotte and Noof and Wince, and say, I don't want to stay in one of their tents. Is there a little off to the side spot within this corral zone away from those funky rocks?
Charlotte turns to you and she's like, look, let's diffuse this. Let's tell them we're going to stay. We'll meet in an hour. We'll try to get out the backside of the encampment. I know a path to cut through the woods and get us back to the main road, but let's let everybody get back to bed, for crying out loud. We've got Fjord laying on the ground. If the stags go away and we sneak off quietly, we might be able to get a jump on this. We screwed up the first time, but this is our chance. I don't want to wait till morning. They'll all be awake. There's no way we're going to get out of this encampment if everybody's milling about prepping a breakfast.
Okay. Let's help Fjord back as a show of goodwill, huh?
I think that's a good idea.
We'll tuck them in nice.
We'll tell them we're going to stay.
Yeah, but I don't want to stay in any of their tents. It's nice. It's very nice. Thank you for the offer, but I like to be under the stars and see the moon and the other moon and watch the way they converge on each other. And it makes me feel happy and whole. It's a very spiritual thing for me. So
Well,
I'm going to sleep outside, huh?
I'm glad you said that because we're of the same mindset. We've been sleeping outside here for the last night, 2 nights.
All right. Who's up for a bedroll? You up for a bedroll? We're gonna take a little rest. Let's help Fjord back, and everything will be nice and hunky dory. Okay, friends. Staggy guys, you're nice. We like you. Thank you for hearing our words and understanding and not being so.
You see the posture. You see the posture on these stags change. You know, it almost becomes a little bit more rigid and upright. The head sort of down, looking down its nose at you in a very sort of noble-like manner, almost as if it doesn't trust you. But it stands there watching. The two that are sort of getting ready to corral you begin to back off a little bit, but they allow you passage past the main one. And they sort of all just stand there watching you momentarily.
Passage to return back inside.
Back inside of the encampment, yeah.
I'm gonna go over, and I'm gonna help Fjord. I'm gonna grab his ankles while the other 2 people have got him like kind of up and about. And I'm gonna give him a hand walking them back to his tent. Huh?
I'll slowly but somewhat briskly make my way back inside, and I'm gonna go over to Fjord. And is he's still unconscious?
He's kind of come to a little bit. His breathing's a little bit labored, but the 2 other campers that are there sort of put some water on his face, and he's awake.
I'd like to see if I can't ask. May I take a cup of water, please?
One of the villagers is like, oh yeah. Grabs a ladle, pours off a small cup of water. And hands it to you.
I'll take it, and I'll dip my fingers in the water to the point where my fingertips almost get a little, like, not muddy, but almost like that sensation of when you put water in a concentration of gravel and it gets to be this kind of like thick, weird soup.
Yep.
And I'll just kind of like whip some of it off, and I'll take the very tip of my blade and I'll just kind of like carve a little bit into my fingertips.
This villager's watching you like with the strangest look.
And I'll look back. Something my mother taught me. And I'm going to put my fingertips on 5 points of contact of Fjord's face, almost like a Vulcan mind meld.
My mind to your mind!
And I'm gonna use 1 hit point of Lay on Hands to try and reach his mind and not alleviate the pain. Like, I'll remove the cause and hopefully the symptom. But I'm trying to reach into his mind.
A moment right there.
And
Sorry,
nerd.
If there's a break in his psyche there and in his memory, I want to try and repair it.
Okay. So are you trying to perform a restorative function to some degree?
It's a weird use of the feature, but I don't have much else to
Well, no, I
use.
like the tweaking of the feature, and I think so. First of all, is there any role associated with that? I forget.
No, it's
No.
just I can use lay on hands to. I've got a healing
You've
pool.
got a pool, and you can give a hit point from the pool.
Yeah.
But you're trying to apply this additional, maybe extraction or restoration with this thing.
Yeah.
What's your spell casting ability?
It's charisma, and the score is 18. My modifier is +4.
I would roll on that. Okay. And let's just see how you do, because you're trying to apply an additional thing here, and it's going to be difficult. I'm going to set the DC on this pretty high. I mean, I understand that's what your modifier is, but use the modifier, and let's see what you get.
Okay. For as on a natural 19,
These are not your father's dice.
that is a 23.
A 23. I'm going to give it to you, but I'm going to give it to you in an interesting way.
Yeah.
As you begin to sort of lay your hands on, and Fjord sort of feels this surge of health come back to him. There is a moment where it's almost like there's some kind of like translucent membrane that you pierce for a second, and it's almost like this flash, like a whoosh, like that, just kind of comes into your mind, and you see for a moment. I'm trying to think of what this would manifest as in memory. When someone's life passes before their eyes, we think about it conceptually as this very fast linear that goes by. Maybe slow, but often fast. You see a very, very short segment of time, maybe the course of 2 days, but it stretches out into so many mundane, useless activities, day-to-day mundane activities, not useless, but like the cooking of food, the making of the beds, the scrubbing of the clothes, the fixing of the encampment. It almost appears as if there's an impossible number of activities that stretch into 2 sun cycles. It's the strangest thing.
I'll remove my hand from his face.
You remove your hand. He seems better. His consciousness comes back. He almost looks at you with awe. Thank you. My head feels so much better.
Can you tell me where you're from?
I have no recollection for some reason. I feel like I've been here. I feel like this is where I'm from. I know I have a childhood. I'm not crazy. I understand all of the things that Smog said to me about past events. And
Yes, I mean you've done this trip many times, my friend.
so deep down, I understand that. But when I try to, it's almost like that thing in your peripheral vision that you see only when you're not looking at it. I can't seem to recall. I can't make that make sense to me. The harder I think about it, the less I'm able to remember.
And you have no idea when this started for you, huh?
Gosh, I would have to say months, weeks for sure, but maybe
But
months.
when does your pilgrimage normally start?
I don't even know what the date is right
It
now.
doesn't take months for them to make their journey, no?
Would we have known what the date was?
You would have. And we didn't establish that when we started this, but the pilgrimage typically takes place in the late spring months, and the date that they arrive would have been today's date. So we could, pardon me, I don't have that handy right now. We could
good.
establish that later for the notes,
Yeah.
but you'd be able to convey that to Fjord. You'd be able to say, well, today, because
Yeah.
it is today, was the day they were supposed to arrive.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Didn't Charlotte make a comment? It's not in my notes. Wasn't there something said last week that time seemed to...
It seems to
weird?
dilate, and I mean, from what I just got from that mind meld, that seems very plausible too.
Charlotte is actually standing behind you, and she reaches over to you, and she kind of tugs on you for a minute, and she's like, look, I really don't want them to hear the things I'm saying, and I know we said we were going to reconvene in an hour, but this is the part that freaks us all out. We have been in this encampment for 2 days. We got here yesterday. We were supposed to leave this morning, but everything that seems to come out of their mouths sounds as if we've been here for an eternity. And I cannot understand that, but that's the primary reason we want to get out of here. One, we'd still like to continue our pilgrimage, but this is now starting to feel alarming.
I'm not going to respond to that because I'm still holding Fjord's feet.
She's kind of saying that to you. Bert.
As
But I'm kind of hearing it going,
All right, I think Fjord needs to rest.
I would
think
really
he's-
love to go to bed, if you don't mind. I feel like it's been a very long night. Let's check in the morning, and we'll have this discussion once I've had a chance to get some rest, okay?
indeed.
Thank you for your help. I really appreciate having that. And he kind of wanders into his tent and closes the flap behind him. And the other villagers, as Fjord leaves, they sort of begin to wander back to their tents as well. Just before you turn to sort of head back in the direction of your tents, you look over your shoulder, and the 3 stags are still standing there, watching you.
okay, we're going to follow Fjord now to make sure he gets home okay.
As we do so and like go and drop him off, is there on the way to his pad, do we see the stump that Charlotte mentioned in our conversation earlier, what that seemed to be the origin point of the rocks?
So I told you earlier that there was an intersection in the middle of the encampment where many of the radiating arms of tent rows came out from.
Yeah.
And you saw a lot of people sitting around in a circle having conversation, much like the dinner circle you were sitting in. In the middle of that circle, there is a very, very large tree stump that's got a hollowed out center. The campfire that they were having is sitting right next to that.
Okay. If I was to go up to that, would I be able to see any rocks? Are there any rocks in it?
You mean like the crystals that you've seen?
Yeah.
You can go look. Yeah. No check required. If you walk up to that and look inside, it's dark, but just a quick pat with your hand to check. It's empty.
Strange.
Um,
I'll rejoin the group.
so you said the 3 of the stag things are just standing there. If we start walking into the camp with our horses, I know the horses were kind of up.
They're following. You're
by
leading the
Ford,
horses.
but
Yeah.
yeah. If we just start walking with the horses back to our tent, just like, all right, play off that we're going back to bed or whatever.
Sleepy time, yes?
Yeah.
Every now and then, can I just kind of like peek over my shoulder? Or are they like?
Right as you get to about the part where Bruin wants to
Yeah.
look into the stump, which is a good distance into the camp, but you can still see down that row.
Mm-hmm.
You do notice that, it's almost as if the stags have slight glow to them.
Mm-hmm.
They're very white against the night sky. The moon might be picking up the moon's glow in their fur. But just as you're getting that far into the encampment, you see them slowly turn and walk away and disappear from sight.
All right. Bruin's coming back. Where did Charlotte? Is she still with us, or did she kind of go off on her own? For
So
now?
Charlotte's been trailing you into the encampment, and as you arrive at the tent that you were given, she says to you, she's like, okay, 1 hour, end of this row, turn left. You're going to see the last tent in that aisle, okay? And beyond that's just the wood line. I'm going to meet you there. Noof and Wince and I will be there. She's like, there's a trail there that people use to go off hunting for food. We're going to meet and we're going to travel in on that trail. It loops back around further north on the road. So we can pick up the road from that trail. Okay. But if we're there, it's much less likely that Fjord or anybody else is going to hear us leave.
Okay. Should we leave the horses behind?
I don't know. They're pretty loud. I mean, we're going to travel faster with them, but
I mean, I'm pretty loud too.
you're all pretty loud.
All right.
If you and I take our armor off, we could affix it to the horses and then...
You could tie it in a bundle tight, and it wouldn't affect your stealth move.
Okay. Well, that duly noted. As long as we're not wearing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we want to leave the horses behind?
I don't think so. I mean, we got our friends who can give us the horses.
I think...
I mean,
fast movement is...
I think once we get onto the road and away from all this thing, we're going to want to book ass back to Pepperwood.
I agree.
Personally, I'm missing my house.
yeah, I get that. I just think the chances of leaving this camp with the horses, I think it's going to be harder.
Duly noted. Duly noted.
But hey, I mean, we try it. If not, they throw some rocks at our feet, we turn around, we give up.
And then we try to leave in the morning.
I don't think they're going to let us leave at all. You know, it makes me wonder. You went and looked at the stump.
Yeah.
There's nothing in it.
No.
You know, I was almost curious as to what one of those creatures would have done if we showed them a crystal.
Well...
You know, all these people, and I'm just going to point to tents and shit, they all move these crystals. These crystals seem to be affecting people somehow. I mean, I don't know, these custodians, I mean, I don't know what the heck they are. They're probably linked somehow.
Yeah.
Do you think they're, I mean, I saw one when we were coming towards this place.
Right.
Way off in the distance, but do you think they're somehow connected to that other weird shit that we run into after the kid?
Oh, the
The
forest
spooky log and the
maybe
fungus among us?
I'm not sure.
I don't know, but we found another crystal down there.
Yeah. I don't like these crystals. So one thing for sure, I don't want to bring any of these into Pepperwood. But maybe
I mean,
we
that
can...
kid probably already did, if he even made it home.
I doubt. I mean, if these crystals, if we think that these are what's part of what's keeping these people here, maybe that kid has not moved since we left him.
I mean, maybe the stags would disappear if all the crystals were put back in the stump.
Oh.
But I don't know how you would make everyone do that.
Well, here's what I say. You still have the one from the kid, huh?
Yeah.
Right?
No, I have the one that
No, we found one. on the
showed up
ground.
at my foot.
Yeah,
Oh, that's fucked up. I don't like that.
we let the kid keep it. Crystal.
So
He liked his rock.
let's not necessarily touch it and keep it exposed to us, but maybe we have it on hand. So when the hopefully we don't run into these fucking weirdo deer anymore. But if we do, maybe we give them one of those crystals and say, "Hey."
What do we do? Throw the crystal at him?
We'll see how it works. I mean, I don't know. It's
I was curious, but I also
I
didn't
would-
really want to bring that much attention to it before everyone.
I mean, we really haven't seen how these things react to the crystals. I mean, maybe they're afraid of them.
They might freak the fuck out, right?
Maybe. I mean, maybe we got a glowy deer stampede on our hands, but...
Okay, let's back up. Do we wrap the rest of the crystals from our tent in something?
Well, hey, if it keeps it out of these other pilgrims' hands, maybe it's a good thing, right? Maybe if a couple people don't necessarily succumb to the effects of these things because we take a few of them away from her, and if we
also
wrap
don't
them
know.
up in a way that doesn't necessarily hit us,
Yeah, but we don't know that.
Yeah.
It might take a day.
It's a roll of the dice, man.
Yeah, I know it is. Anyway.
Well, decide what you want to do. It's getting on the hour.
Personally, I'd like to keep our horses and get the fuck out
Yeah.
of Dodge.
I'd say let's keep the horses. Let's you and I.
We're stripping.
Well, if that's how you want to put it.
Yeah. Okay, we're doffing our armor.
Yeah, we're doffing our armor. We'll kind of bundle it up either on us or on the horses. I'm gonna keep my shield on me so that my armor class is 10. 12. Yeah.
You got a problem with that?
But yeah,
Okay.
I think once
You're able to
once the
take some time. I mean, it takes some time to get the armor off.
Yeah.
And then, through some of the supplies you have, you're able to wrap the armor up and tie it up on top of the horses so that it stays relatively secure.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to that little pile that we threw out of our tent
Mm-hmm.
and maybe take one or two of those and like kind of tuck them into the bundle underneath their armor. On the
Okay.
horse.
Okay. So you have several of the crystals.
And maybe kind of wrap that in something too, so it's not actually touching our friends on the horses. Because Fred, he don't necessarily like things all up on his business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
Right.
understand this about
Fred,
and
you guys
I,
have a
we go way
connection.
back.
Yes, you do.
So
Yes, you do.
I don't want to be rubbing on any weird stones and crystals
don't
up
say
on
that.
Fred. You know?
You make very certain that the crystals do not touch Fred's physical body.
My friend Fred.
So you take the horses and you quietly move down the road, and not the road, but the aisle of tents. Turn left at the end and move towards the back. Dare I ask for a group stealth check?
All right, we're gonna use. It's nighttime. We're gonna use our.
I'll tell you what I'm
black
going to do.
die.
I am going to give one heroic inspiration
Oh
out
man!
to the party
To the party.
for the following. Drawing the sigil and creating that move with your hand on the ground, as well as attempting to extract the memory from Fjord. I thought those were all really good moves. So the party gets a heroic inspiration that you may spend should you mess this roll up.
Wizard.
You know, one of us is.
That's
fucking
why
this
I'm
up.
putting it out
All right,
there. I
I'm
want to
using my
give you
dark-
a chance.
Dark dice.
I'm using the purple, like Twilighty.
Braylon says it should be really quiet in your undies.
My fucking
What did you roll?
god.
I said someone's gonna fuck it up.
You're
Go
gonna
get
use that.
coin.
Use
Go
that
get
shit.
The coin. Go get the coin, okay?
We're gonna.
It's okay.
I think we're.
Toss
I
the
think
coin
he's
back.
gonna
You
use
don't even
that.
have to toss that coin over to our table,
Toss.
okay?
Toss me. Toss me. Thank
Don't
you.
tell the elf.
What'd you roll?
What do you think?
That's
I
that
Again.
one.
Hey, can you use Rabbit's advice? Roll with your left.
Roll
hand.
with your other hand.
I'm gonna use
You know,
the
the
same
stranger.
Die. I'm gonna give it to stranger.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Sorry. I'm gonna give
You
it to
even look
stranger.
funny when
Feels
you're
like someone
rolling.
else
Look at
rolled it.
you. Look at you.
No fucking way.
What is that?
And that 20? And that one?
It's the nat one again. The stranger doesn't work. The
Serious?
stranger doesn't
Sorry,
work.
Rabbit, that didn't work.
Ah, fuck
I think
your
it's
ass.
what did you roll? What about the other two rolls?
18.
I got a 17.
Okay. Both hands are bad.
I'm glad that we didn't fucking.
start
I'm glad that we
spitting
took
my
our
dice
fucking
out.
armor off. Cause if
Oh yeah, I wonder what my disadvantage roll would have been.
if it was disadvantage, we would have been fucked.
I mean, we're still fucked.
All right. You get to the back of the encampment, and there's Charlotte and Noof and Wince. They're kind of like hiding in the shadows. You notice that Wince has made himself a really nice walking stick, and Noof is standing there. He's kind of like, skulking a little bit. He's kind of like looking around, making sure nobody's coming out. And Charlotte's just like, all right, it's this way. And so you see there's a small patch of where the overgrowth in the woods has been trampled down, and you begin to work your way out of the encampment. So this is like a little single track trail. What? What?
I'm a fucking cleric, and I said I'm gonna use the shit out of guidance, and I haven't.
You haven't used guidance
touched
once.
I have fucking guidance.
New character who it is. We could be touching
We could be touching
guidance on each other.
When I think about you, I guidance myself. Oh.
All right, let's not forget guidance, okay?
That wouldn't have helped your nat 1 over here.
No.
Okay, so you are working your way down this single track trail. It slopes down a little bit. There's a few patches of like wet. You can tell the ground gets a little low, so it's a little wet. But you're moving for about 10 minutes, very quietly, very methodically. And all of a sudden she's like, the road's right here. She's like, now, it is dark. You do have some moonlight, so you are able to see a little bit, okay? And you step up onto the road. You look both ways. There's no sign of these stags anywhere. And so you turn left, which is north on the road, and you begin to work your way up.
Should we get on our horses?
Maybe. We just get on the horses and fucking just
Speed over stealth.
go?
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
I mean, that thing can probably catch us.
You do have 3 people off of
Yeah.
horses.
So I mean, we could do 2 people to a horse.
Maybe. Let's walk for a couple.
Yeah, let's walk for a bit, and then we'll get on the horses soon.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep talking to Fred over there.
Fred, you gotta be very quiet. I'm feeling a big sneeze come on.
Give me 1 second. I'm checking one thing here.
Jesus.
Just checking how many d10s of damage the stag's horns do, or antlers rather.
Okay.
No, the butt lightning.
No, I'm not doing that at all.
But lately.
Okay, and that makes me think that you're just doing that.
I realize there's one thing I forgot to do, so please bear with me. All right, so you're walking along this road. You've got the 6 of you are sort of all in together. Why isn't this working?
Worky.
And with that, you hear Noof. All of a sudden, he's like, ah, fuck! And he kind of like turns around and he raises his walking stick up and he like strikes it down on the ground. And you hear something scuttling about on the ground. And then you hear it again. You hear like this little whack, and it just, he's like, ah! And he like yells out with that. What the fuck? There's something about in the dark, like at your feet, and it seems to be attacking Noof.
Can I see anything?
I'm going to. Fuck.
All right, roll for initiative.
Ah, shit.
You took too long. Roll for initiative.
I asked if I could see anything.
Oh.
Yo, you need to go home.
What did you just do?
You need to go home. Third one in a row.
In a row.
Are you
Third
fucking
one in a
serious?
row.
Third one in a row.
2 off of the same die. This is a different die. You.
That is
I mean,
fucking
What
bullshit.
is my Why?
I'm gonna give
How
you
many
50
months
bucks
has
for
this
a new
been?
set of dice. Like,
No, come on. I got so many die. What the fuck?
All right. Anybody roll above a 20?
Fuck
Burn
no.
this fucking thing from it.
I'm trying to get my thing here. Anybody roll 15 to 20?
Nope.
Okay, so that's going to put me first. What'd you get?
7.
7. What'd you get?
2.
6.
Oh my God. I'm arranging my stuff here. Okay, so with that, let's put our minis on the board because we
Addie's got the minis.
are gonna.
I do have the minis.
Some fun.
Gonna have me some fun.
Gonna have
Have
me some fun. Gonna have me some fun.
All right, so
the
there
three
you
of them
are.
there.
I don't have minis for the horses. I do.
Where's Fred?
Oh shit!
Where's Fred?
What?
I've got to put some NPCs. Can you grab me some figures that might suffice
Yeah.
for NPCs?
Totally. Here, I'll grab the owl,
Wow.
Sexy
grab
owl.
Edge, and this weird little archer. Or we'll do Owl, Bran, and Edge.
Owl, Bran, and Edge. So Owl is going to be Noof,
Great.
and Noof is laying down.
Oh shit.
The green hair is Charlotte, and Edge is Wince.
Yeah.
I decided to grab a majority of Garrett's minis because Garrett's good at
Garrett's
painting
good
minis.
at painting his minis.
Garrett Pink, good.
I looked at Bear and Brune side by side and went, what the fuck am I doing?
I did also go home and spend like another 4 hours on top of like the 4 hours we spent here or so. So I mean,
Still, dude, Bear looks phenomenal.
thank you.
Oh shoot, I messed up. Are there 7 out there? Give me one. Give me one back.
Oh, great.
Pow. Thank you. Sorry,
Wow.
that was my bad because I'm looking at my notes here. Okay, so they're going to attack.
Great.
And the first one is actually going to run right up on Noof's body because the one just bit it and he yelled out. And that is going to be a hit.
Hey, at least there's a couple of NPCs to kill. I mean, we don't have armor.
And that is going to be... Please
So
hold.
messed up. The 2 tanks over here are like squishier than freaking you right now.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
What's your AC?
All right. That's that one. I have got one on Wince. I'm just going to do the NPCs first, okay? One runs up and attacks Wince. That's going to hit. And that is going to be 3 points of damage on Wince. Then Charlotte is going to take it from another one. Can you just keep track of them? And that's going to be a natural 20.
Ah, Charlotte's dead.
Ah,
Oh my god.
Bye, Charlotte.
Charlotte all of a sudden cries out, and you see her collapse to the ground as this thing all of a sudden comes in, slashes a claw at her, and cuts her right across the chest. And she just drops to the ground, like clutching herself, and she goes unconscious. And then I've got one on each of you. So the first one that is nearest to Baradin is going to strike out with this claws. That's going to be a 17 to hit. And that is going to do 3 points of slashing.
Ouch.
The second one is going to go after Smog, and that's going to be a dirty 20.
ouch.
And that is going to be 4 points of slashing damage. And the third one comes in for Brune. That's going to be a 7.
That misses. It poof, clatters against the shield.
Okay. That's going to put us on Baradin's turn.
Well, son of a bitch. I see Charlotte lying there on the ground, not doing too hot. She's not next to me. Is she?
She is...
Not really.
Not really.
Not really.
No.
All right, so then can't really get over to her. So we're just gonna I'm gonna grab the holy symbol that's around my neck, and I'm just gonna be like, you know, I don't have much training in this stuff, so I'm just gonna call out and be like, you know, I'm just gonna grab the symbol and just gonna be like, no, you're the one guiding us out of here. You can't be down right now. And I'm just gonna cast Healing Word.
Okay.
Nice.
So, you know, don't die. And I'm going to cast Healing Word and kind of Hopefully it does something. I need to find dice. 5. 9 points of healing.
Oh my God, 9?
9.
She took 10 points of
9.
damage. So she is right. She all of a sudden is like, she gets hit with this beam of
Don't
healing
die.
word from you, and she like all of a sudden she like
Don't die.
snaps awake and she looks around and she scrambles to her feet.
Okay.
That's gonna put us on Brune.
Brune. Let's see. So, green hair. That's Charlotte, right?
Yeah, green hair Charlotte.
Okay. After seeing this this miraculous divine healing, Brune kind of, with the sword and shield out, just twirls the sword.
That's here, right?
Yeah, that's Brune.
Right.
I want to turn, twirling my sword, and the circular pattern that it traces in the air is reminiscent of the runic circle that I drew earlier.
Okay.
And as my bonus action, I am going to pop my second bonus action Blade Ward, which is the last one that I've got before I long rest.
Okay.
So I'm being preemptive there. And then following through on that twirl, I will thrust my blade into the creature that attacked Charlotte. Or I will at least try to.
These things look like bundles of sticks. I mean, they're just like all these like sticks that stick. What'd you get?
I got a natural 20.
Bam! All right, nice.
So,
There's a fucking yin and
11.
I know there is.
Okay?
I mean,
You know, Addy needs to start rolling less, and it'll give you some
16
fucking-
points of slashing damage.
as
to
you
this
come
creature.
in with this thrust, you shatter this thing into pieces. It just explodes, lifeless, to the ground. It's almost as if it didn't even exist.
As, just for a bit of flavor,
Give me the flavor.
as the sword crashes through this stick, this wooden almost entity, you see the metal of the blade almost begins to glow this forge red.
Ooh,
and
nice.
some of the splinters almost burn and smoke a little bit as this thing just collapses, as Brune is alight with this strange furious magic. Here, I'll get that guy off the board for you.
Thank you.
Of course. Appreciate that. You're, and I'll turn at the ready, facing the other two fuckers that are on my flank,
Focus.
and I'm not gonna move. That'll do it for my turn.
Smog, what would you like to do?
That bitch that just hit me, I'm going to reach out and hit them with a little chill touch.
So this is
Cantrip.
the one that hit you.
Yeah. So I'm going to do that.
That's Bear.
Wait, I'm the redhead.
My
Yeah,
bad.
I'm
Where
the-
are you? You're here.
Yeah, yeah.
So that would be this one.
Okay, fine.
Here, you want me to move it?
Could you? Because I'm fumbling my pencil.
Can you hit that with a pencil a couple more times to see where it goes?
So you're gonna chill touch on that one.
Chill touch on that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna try this die. Oh, that's so much better.
Fuck yeah.
That's
Whoa.
a
Fucking go.
Finally.
that's a
you
24.
A 24?
Yeah.
Fantastic. It just
I'm
misses.
fucking talking.
Just
Oh,
misses.
fuck
you ass.
that would be so evil.
Fucking funny. You're fucking funny. Don't do that. That's a D10. 8 points damage.
That takes it out. Fuck
Yeah.
Tell me how it goes down.
Fucking, as I kind of thrust my claws into its chest, I kind of flip them up and tickle at the base of its spine,
Of course you do.
and it just fucking explodes into these little sticks all over the place. And I say, enjoy your time as dead timber.
Also, the cold that
the
comes from
words.
chill touch, they cause this. They almost form icicles on all of the sticks. These are flying apart.
Tickle, thrust.
That's going to put it on me.
Okay.
And that is going to have, let's see, some consequences. So the one that Brune has turned to fight will act first. That's going to come in with a claw attack. It swipes. Oh, that's going to be an 11.
Oh, it just misses me. Poof, the shield once again.
Very nice. Then there's one that is here, and this is behind Wince. So Wince. Oh, that's going to be a 21 to hit Wince. So Wince takes a whack.
You know, I heard
Oh my
that
god!
about
And that's
Wince.
going to be 6 points of damage. Wince goes down.
Fuck. So Wince and Noof are down?
Can't fucking...
Wince and Noof are both down. And that
You
leaves
healed
us
Charlotte.
with... This one is going to move over on Bairden. Takes an attack on Bairden. That's a natural 20.
Fuck.
I can't heal myself.
I have
That
I
is
have a
gonna
bunch of
be
healing left. I can
8
help.
points of slashing damage.
I'm still up.
And last but not least, I should have one
There's a
more.
spare one.
There's one more to make the attack that's here. And that's coming right into its most natural enemy, which is right there.
Yeah.
Brune makes the attack. That's going to be a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Jesus.
And that is going to do 3 points of slashing damage.
Halved to 2 or 1?
That would be half. I always round up on those.
Okay.
So
halved to
half to 2. Okay, so that's going to end the round on my end of things. That's going to put us on Bairden.
Ow.
You're in a tight spot.
Ow. I feel bad for everyone, but Charlotte's the leader, and I don't want to go down. I'm gonna heal myself. I'm gonna cast Healing Word on myself.
Casting Healing Word on yourself.
I mean, maybe I can take another whack at hit points. Same roll as last time, right? 5? Yeah. 9.
9.
9!
All right, well, you definitely needed it.
I needed it.
It's funny,
I
as these
mean,
things are scurrying around, you hear the clicking of the twigs scraping through the grass. The horses are actually a little bit unnerved by this, too. They're kind of like kicking up their feet as all this action is going down. They're not used to seeing combat like this, so they're kind of like, whoa, 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 and, they're kind of kicking their feet. That's going to put us on Brune.
Unless, did you take an
Wait,
action?
wait.
Casting Healing Word is a
Guys,
bonus action. Oh, my
it has
bad.
been so long. Can you do a spell and a cantrip?
If either of
the
them
cantrip
is...
can be a
is-
bonus action.
Yeah, if, it depends on the casting time.
Right.
So if you've got something that has a casting
Okay.
time of an action...
Is one of those guys really close to me?
Yeah.
yeah, there's one right on you.
Can
one right
I
on you.
cast Spare the Dying on the mince or whatever?
Oh, you're
Noof?
talking about the guys.
Yeah, the
I thought you were
guys.
talking about
One of
the
the down
enemies.
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
There's one next to
yeah,
me, right?
Noof is
there,
right
Can I
there.
bend over to Noof and,
Yep.
be like, not yet?
Yeah,
Come back to us?
you can.
I'll cast Spare the Dying.
That's really good because that was going to be his next death save. So,
Phenomenal.
Okay, that's what I got.
all right.
Huge.
So
mean-
he's stabilized.
I'm being stabilizer over here.
All right, we're gonna go to you, Brune.
Okay.
Guess I should have swung.
It's all right. As that hit
Maybe next
comes
time.
in and the warding cantrip is shattered over Brune, the defensive magic is lost, and all that's left is the offense.
Let's go.
And as the sword kind of begins to alight almost in this red hot effect, what looks almost like a solar flare tendril of fire wreaths around my blade as I, in a fit of arcane rage, I will use my bonus action and action to cast a Searing Smite.
Nice.
And I'm gonna try and
Love
hit that,
the description.
hit that motherfucker. That is gonna be a 17 to
A
hit.
17 will definitely hit.
Awesome. So that's going to be a D8 and a D6. 10 points of damage.
And you take that out with that Searing Smite. That Searing Blade is actually probably going to light this one on fire. Of the two that are in front of you, you could pick either one because neither one had damage. It would kill either one of them.
I'm going to do this one.
Fair enough. Out it goes.
Uh,
And I'll take
very
that
much
off our
text to
list.
and as quickly as it appears, that magical energy, once it leaps from the blade into its target, it dissipates, having served its purpose. The damage, the magical effect is gone, and Brune is just holding and looking this blade that she's crafted, thinking, "What the fuck did I just do?"
So
Beautiful.
is that thing still on fire?
It probably would be on fire. Its
Cool.
remains would be burning. Yeah,
Okay. Cool. Is it on me?
it's your turn.
Okay, I'm now going to cast Control Flames, since this is now non-magical fire, right? Because it just set this twig guy on
Yep.
fire, so
Yep,
it's now
it's burning
non-magical.
naturally.
All right, and which one is on fire now? Is the one
The
close
one
to
that is, well, I took it off the board, but it's
It
just
would just kind of be like
it's kind of laying right next to, right there.
Yeah, there were two of
smoldering
them
there.
next to Brune.
Okay.
Right.
I'm going to instantaneously expand that flame 5 feet in the direction of the one that is standing in front of my friend here, the bear.
Oh.
That's fucking awesome.
So
That
I'm
will
going
absolutely
to
go there.
make that fire leap to him and set him on fire. Now, I don't know that there's no damage associated with this because I'm just controlling the flame
Right.
to go over to him.
Right.
So,
So typically, fire, depending on how we designated it, would do damage per turn. It could either be a 1d4 or a 1d6 of damage per turn. We'll say that since you have control over it, and these are vulnerable to fire, it would happen. Right?
Okay.
So why don't you go ahead and roll a 1d6
okay.
Yeah.
5.
A 5.
A 5.
of 5.
Hell yeah.
Vulnerable in D&D. Does it give you advantage on the attack, or is it double the damage?
Vulnerable is double damage.
Double damage. Okay, so that's going to take that one out.
Hell yeah, dude.
Boom.
And produce
hey.
flame. Was that produce flame? you
No,
used?
It was control flame, so
I
you
used
hold the
the
flame from the
flame
burning
that
one that you
you
had.
started.
That was a beautiful move, by the way. That's going to put us on, I believe, we have 2 left. Is that right?
Yeah, 2 left.
Yeah.
Hey, don't attack
Yeah,
my
there's
man
one
down.
that's like right in front of.
Don't attack my man
There's one that's
down.
near Zmog, and then there's one right in front of me.
Right. So the one that is here, sorry, dragon. That is going to move in to Zmog,
All right.
and it's going to make an attack on Zmog, and that's going to be a 22.
Jesus.
Claw attack comes in, swipe, comes down. Ooh, that's going to be 5 points of slashing damage.
Oh, God.
Comes in and makes the attack on you, and then the other one that is right in front of Brune is also going to make a claw attack, and that's going to be a dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits.
And that is
we
going
getting
to be
beat up.
6 points of slashing
bitches.
damage.
Okay.
That's going to put the end to my turn. Are you still up?
Yeah, no, I'm.
You're fine?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm hurting, but I'm good.
Okay. So, yeah, Graylin's asking if that was inspiration worthy. Wait, which part? Oh, your use of the fire. And I have to say, I'm going to take Graylin's advice there and say that is heroic inspiration worthy.
Thank you.
Yep, I liked that suggestion. I'm going to take it. All right, we're going back to Baradin.
Should I still play the healer?
Follow your heart. I
I
mean,
don't know.
you don't have to heal if you deal enough damage quick enough.
Penerick, just to go to your comment on this being a deadly campaign, I kind of tried to manage the weight of this attack, but I didn't expect all those natural 20s in there. So.
Well,
I
hopefully,
mistimed my cantrip so bad.
hopefully, hopefully Wince is not dead. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna try to smash this thing, with my hammer. One that's over by Zmog.
Okay,
Yeah.
make an attack roll.
Okay. Let's roll this die. That's cocked in the corner. Okay. A 15.
A 15 will hit
Yes.
with the
Nope,
hammer.
nope,
Comes down with the hammer on a
that's a 10.
pile of twigs.
Oh, that's so lame. 5 points
5 points.
Bludgeoning.
All right, so you do manage. You
Damage.
hear a deafening crunch as this thing comes down, but the thing springs back up and it's still moving around. Puts us over to Brune.
I'm going to, still kind of reeling from the confusion of that bout of unexplained arcane interference. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm good at, and I'm just gonna take a swipe at this this last guy here.
This is the one that's by Zmog?
No, right by me.
Oh, the one by you? Yeah, of course.
And that's a 21 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
And that is another 10 damage.
That is absolutely going to destroy that thing. So give it to us. Give us a description. What happens?
The still kind of reeling. This thing snarling in Brune's face is very quickly met with a blade thrust through whatever mouth appendage it has. The blade twisted and yanked up as its pseudo head is just cleaved in twain.
Nice. I love it. Zmog.
I'm gonna since this guy's right up on me, I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna use my breath weapon.
Okay.
And since we're in the light of the full moon, right, it's
You
gonna
are.
be a radiant damage thing.
Line or
so
cone?
it's a line. So I'm gonna like kind of stretch out as tall as I possibly can over top of this thing and try to bear it down.
You don't roll for breath weapon.
No, you don't?
It's a saving throw.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
DC 13. Please.
DC 13.
Yeah.
Just picking up my big saving throw die here. And I'm rolling against what?
It's a dex save.
Dex save? 16.
Fucker. So
gosh.
you're only going to take half damage.
Half damage it is.
And that would be
on, I hit
2d8.
You can do
2d8.
Holy shit.
Okay.
That's some good.
Give me a second here.
Good damn
That's
off.
that
Yeah,
one.
man.
And where's the other one? This one. Okay. Come on, friends. That's 9, so you take
5.
5.
You see Smog like rear back, and you see this cone of,
Like-
or sort of linear beam of light. The entire canopy of the forest above you illuminates with this like bright white force of radiant light comes out, and this twig blight is just kind of like and just shatters across everything, and things. Even the horses kind of rear back a little bit as that comes out. But you finish the fight.
It's okay, Fred.
It's okay, Fred.
It's okay.
Fucking hell.
All right, so
That's all of them?
that's all of them.
Can I rush over to who's the
Noof.
other one that's down?
Noof.
Noof?
We got Wince is down,
Wait,
and
Which
Noof,
one did I
Noof and Wince are
stabilize?
both down. You stabilize Noof.
Okay.
Oh, go to
Can I
Wince.
go over to Wince? And I'm gonna try to spare the dying.
Yeah,
Stabilize him.
I also
If
I
he ain't
have
dead.
Yep.
I have some lay on hands left, so I'll walk over to Wince, and my my hands are still a little hot from that fire based spell, so the lay on hands kind of almost looks like a cauterization of whatever wounds are there.
And Noof, you said Noof or Wince?
Wince.
Wince. Okay, yeah, because Wince has several, pretty deep
Yeah.
slashes.
So I'm just kind of like running my hands along the wounds, and you just kind of hear the tss of
Nice.
of veins being cauterized closed.
Which at first causes him to kind of like inhale really quick. He's like,
He
but
winces.
he winces, yes,
Wow.
which is part of the reason he has
Wow.
his name.
That's-
But it does actually feel better, and
Does
so
Noof?
I'm just gonna give him 1 point.
okay, just enough to get him up and going.
Yeah, and I'm gonna rush over to Noof, do the same thing. I'll give him 1 point just to bring him back up to consciousness.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look at my compatriots. We need to go.
I know. That just made a lot of noise.
2 people to a horse.
Yeah.
Yep.
We go as quick as we can.
I'll
Hopefully no more fucking stick bundles attack us.
You guys want to get your shit on?
That's gonna take a while.
All right, fine.
Yeah. I'll pick Noof up and
Sling him over the
sling
friggin'
him,
horse.
put him on the horse so that it's like kind of like he'll be in front of me as because I'm sure I'm taller than him. But as I do so, like I'll pick him up, put him on the horse, and really quickly I'm gonna just like reach down into the mud and the gravel below our feet. Just grab a handful and kind of turn it around in my fist a bit. And as Brune does so, it kind of morphs into that shale gray matter that makes up their entire body. And I'll just wipe it across the wounds that I've sustained, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Perfect. Nice. Love that description, too.
All three of these, Newfoundland, Charlotte, they're all like humanoid.
Yes.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Well then, yeah. I guess size doesn't really matter. We just take a horse. I guess you got Fred.
I got Fred.
You got Fred.
You also are still, your horses are carrying your armor, your bundles of armor, which are sizable. So it's going to be hard to put a second human, 2 humans, and a bundle of armor on the back of this horse. Plus, you've already got saddlebags. So you're kind of needing to spend a little bit of time, I think, to rearrange some things, either donning your armor or...
I'll don my armor.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't
You
take
don't-
the
yeah.
armor off.
You didn't take
This is
armor off.
Baradin.
Yeah. I mean, yes. But I think that takes like 5 minutes.
It
doesn't
does take a couple minutes to put
Could,
it on, yes.
I mean, we could help each other put our armor on.
I can help both of them with their armor.
Well, I would say actually, Baradin, are you wounded? How
Am I
wounded?
wounded?
No, you have like one hit
Not
point.
terribly.
No.
I'm 2 down.
Are you hurt?
I'm fucked up, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's fucked up.
Then I'll kind of like, if you're assisting in like the clasps, then at one point, I'm just gonna like I'll put a hand on your shoulder and you feel this radiant warmth, and I'm gonna give you my last 2 lay on hands hit points.
Oh, cool.
So you get 2 points of healing.
Yeah, it's twice what I said. At that
Yeah.
point, I think we just need to walk then. I don't think we can stand here for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Should we just go? Forego the armor and just like
Well, let's put all the wounded folk up onto the horses and
Sure.
we'll get our asses out of here as quick as
Sure.
we can. A hurried
Yeah.
pace.
I like that.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I was just looking for something. All right. So you wander off into the night up the road. You're sort of continuing on your path at a walking pace.
So like, anything coming up the path?
Want to look behind you?
Yeah, I do.
So far, the moon glow doesn't really reveal anything, but that road disappearing into the forest is just black as night. So it's hard to see anything. It's hard to see ahead of you. You're walking in the dark, just enough with your eyes adjusted, especially after the radiant energy that Smog fired. Your eyes are still adjusting back to normal, but you are walking and things are.
I have very good dark vision.
Oh, you do.
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
So how far can you see?
120.
120. There's nothing behind you right now.
Okay.
You're good. All right. It is 8. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to break because I think it's time for that.
Yeah.
And when we come back from break, we will pick up from this spot. Any last minute thoughts before we do that? You good to go to break?
Just the Mimi reminder that I too have dark vision, but only 60 feet. So
Okay.
if my head will also be on a
It's the
swivel.
dwarf. It's the dwarf.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So let's go to break. So for those of you that are watching, if you have not yet liked and subscribed to our channel and you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe to this channel. We would love that.
Likes and subscribes make me roll better.
Nothing
they?
makes him roll better.
Wow.
Rituals,
Not even
dice cleansings.
Not even the DM given heroic
I
inspiration.
give heroic inspiration. We've had
You still roll
exorcisms. Something. Somebody help us. Somebody say, all right, I'll give you an address in the chat. Send a set of dice that's been blessed by, I don't know, somebody.
Something.
We're going to go to break. We're going to have some stuff for you to watch, so don't worry. Don't go away. We're going to keep you entertained while we're gone. We just have to do a little refresher, and then we will be right back to pick up on the road to Pepperwick. We'll see you in a few. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the break, and thanks for watching our actual play tonight. I'm having a good time, and I hope you are too. So one of the things that we always talk about when we play tabletop role-playing games is we refer to this notion of the storytelling. We're telling a story collaboratively. We know this already. But one of the things that occurred to me that was really interesting is that you, the chat, as you watch along, are contributing to this. You maybe will mention something like, wow, wouldn't it be really cool if someone did this? And that actually affects our story. And so we created a system called Boons and Banes where you can contribute to the story in a more sort of formalized way. So how do you do this? Well, number one, if you want to acquire a boon or a bane, this is in-game currency that you, the viewer, can spend. You just simply super chat $5 and Saturn, our tech expert, will get in touch with you and ask you, hey, you want a boon or a bane? And he'll do that immediately. Now, we keep track of how many boons or banes you have, and they roll over from game to game. So if you don't spend it tonight, totally fine. Now, there is a menu on our website, witherandbloomstudios.com, where you can see what's available to spend your currency on. Boons help the players. Banes help me, the GM. So you might decide you want to spend a bane to give me a critical strike on a next roll. You might decide you want to get a boon so that you can get a player a healing potion or help stabilize them in combat. And the list will change regularly. So every game, we might have new things up there for you to get. There are other ways to get boons and banes. We might give one away for the next person to tell us this in the chat. You'll get a free boon. We might have predictions in our Discord. Don't forget to join our Discord that say, you know, who's going to be the first one to go down tonight in combat? And if you guess correctly, you win a boon or a bane. So get them and participate in what's going on. It could be an opportunity for you to affect a story that's going to live on forever. Okay? Well, I hope it lives on forever. All right, anyway, we'll be back from the break soon. Consider getting boons and banes. Go check out that menu on Wither and Bloom Studios. And if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. All right, we'll see you soon. Hey everybody, Todd here, and I am bringing you some very, very exciting news. The world that we have been building for 3 years, that I have been home brewing and our players have been playing in, called Vesper. Vesper is coming to you as a book. It is going to be a world setting for your campaign and storytelling inside of the Daggerheart system. I'm also thrilled to be working with Eric Lazier as an editor. He is the creator of Hope Springs Eternal, which is a series of campaign frames for Daggerheart. He is also the developer of numerous TTRPGs, including editing Midnight Muscadines, an Emmy Award nominated TTRPG. So I'm in the greatest hands. The art in this book is going to be gorgeous, and we're going to be including all kinds of incredible stuff, which I'm going to be bringing you details on as we go. But just to give you a little snippet, we've got 3 new magic systems that basically run this world. We've got great creation, myth, and lore, numerous locations. We're going to be bringing you new campaign frames, new adversaries. I'm going to be working on cards that are either going to come initially or as a stretch goal. We're working on that. And so the book is going to be gorgeous. It's going to be a hardcover, 200 to 300 page full-size text. I can't wait to get this out. Now, our Kickstarter landing page for you to follow is going to drop in September, and then our full Kickstarter is going to happen in December or November. Still working on that. Looking forward to that. Now let's get back to the break. Take care.
So, at the top of this session, we're obviously, as a party, going through a lot. We're in a dire situation. And there are a lot of intersecting intentions and feelings, especially going through Brune's mind. At this point, she's in a really weird spot because Brune has a little bit of history with the inscription, unbeknownst to some of the party. So they're not really feeling like it's necessary to fight for these people. However, they're also in a spot where they're empathizing with the fact that something is wrong in this specific location. They
don't want to do battle with these mysterious entities that have emerged from the woods, but they're also completely against the thought of being restricted to just this area. In Brune's mind, in a perfect world, this wouldn't come to blows, but the fact that it might is not outside the realm of possibility. As a character who is really connected with the natural world and remedies of that natural world, Brune feels like it's almost wrong to go against the wishes of these creatures, but the wishes of these creatures are directly against her well-being in this moment. Or at least that's what she's viewing it as.
All right, so after last week's session, Barradin, everyone was delayed with the inscription, and I'm really concerned about that because the inscription to me means a lot because, it's part of my heritage. I went on it, at one point in time, and I know it does a lot for the town, and especially with the farming that I do and my stall and everything like that. So it being delayed had me concerned quite a bit. So, the mayor asked us to go out and check it out. First thing we come across was that kid. He was just odd. And then to see the whole camp of the inscription just chilling, like there's no problems, but then coming across a couple of people that actually, I guess, have insight, or they're not affected by whatever is affecting them. And I guess we figure out these rocks or crystals. My speculation, we also found those spirits, whatever these antlered creatures are. I don't know what to make of it yet, but we definitely seem to put together that these rocks, crystals, are affecting people in ways. It's almost like they're brainwashing them in a way. It can't be good. Could it be the spirits? I don't know.
All right, we're back from the break.
We're back.
Oh my gosh, sorry about that. Sometimes we got things we got to do though. Okay, so before we went to break, you had just had a relatively hair-raising encounter with 6 twig blights where some of the NPCs went down. You guys sustained some pretty decent damage, and just before we left, you continued walking north on this road, trying to get back to Pepperwick.
Yeah.
You glanced over your shoulder, Baradin, to notice that there's nothing behind you. These white custodian stags are currently not to be seen. It's dark. You're traveling. It occurs to you all of a sudden that in the darkness ahead, on the left-hand side of the road, you see what appears to just be a little bit of light. It almost looks like a lantern. It's still. And then you see a couple of trees silhouetted against what appears to be a very, very small campfire. The lantern looks like it's to the right of the campfire. You're proceeding cautiously, I'll assume, since no one said we stop.
Yeah, I think we would slow down.
You're slowing down. Charlotte is actually just like, whoa, 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 whoa. What's that? Continue moving.
How far down the road have we gotten?
From the original campsite?
Well, so like I know we popped out of the woods. I don't know exactly how far down from the campsite that was. But since our fight, how long have we been walking?
You're a couple miles.
Oh, we've been
Like,
walking.
you've been walking for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Sweet.
You all of a sudden hear what sounds to be the voice of an older man singing. Just quietly. Like
Singing old man.
maybe humming and singing, indiscernible words, but you hear what appears to be some attempt at a tune. And you continue walking. There's a campsite on your left-hand side. It appears, from what you can see through the woods from where you are, to only have one inhabitant sitting at the fire. And every once in a while you catch a glimpse of what appears to be an older gentleman, grayish-white beard. He seems to have a stick. He prods the fire twice as you're walking by. What do you want to do?
Do we engage or just keep moving on?
I mean,
I'm curious.
I am curious, and if he's a friendly, then maybe this is not a bad thing to
Yeah.
take an opportunity to. Do we see any crystals or rocks around here? Can I do a perception check?
Sure,
Light orange glows.
Yeah, anything shimmering or glowing in
You
the
may
distance?
absolutely check. Go ahead.
All right.
Did it work?
It fucking worked. That's a fucking 24.
24.
It was a nat 20.
dude.
Oh.
Even with the
nat
limited
20,
light,
huh?
you can see there are no crystals present in this space. You haven't seen any of these crystals laying in the road, sitting on the side of the road. It seems to be crystal clear.
Ah!
Can't believe I just did that.
All right. I don't think there's any of that funky juju going on around here. Maybe you want to check in with this guy. See if we can snuggle up on his fire.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
So at this point, I think would our eyes have adjusted a little bit to see the perimeter, like we're closing in on him cautiously.
Yeah.
His perimeter of his firelight looks pretty much like it's just him, huh?
Yeah, there's a small clearing off the side of the road. There's a bit of a path that seems to just cut off the main road into this clearing. He seems to be 15 to 20 feet off the side of the road. He's got a small firelight going. There is a small, modest tent. Seems to be a stick or some kind of stake in the ground that's holding a lantern that illuminates just the front edge of his tent, which seems to be made of some kind of canvas material. And yeah, he's sitting there on a rock, campfire side. And are you approaching?
Yeah, I think so.
And as you begin walking up, the gentle clip clop of the horses, all of a sudden he kind of like sits up a little bit. He's like, "Hello, hello.
Evening.
Oh, it's awfully late, friends. The inscription travelers
Not
on the pilgrimage, on the walk."
not entirely, but we know some of them. You know.
Do any of you have damage taken still?
Yeah.
I'm back to full. I healed myself back to full.
He sees you and he's just like, "Oh, it looks like you've seen. Are you all right? Did you fall?
Yeah, it took a couple of hits here and there. Yeah.
Have a seat. It's awfully dark. I don't have much left from my dinner, but if you're hungry, I could probably whip you up something. Do you have any food on you? The fire's still good."
We should have some rations that we could heat up.
We have some potted bacon and
Yeah.
Well, you know, maybe we could share your fire for a little bit.
Oh, yes, by all means. Tie the horses up. Tie them up.
What are you doing out here by yourself?
I was just getting ready to go to bed. I'm on the pilgrimage. I do it every year.
On
The
your
inscriptions, well, yes, it's important to me, but yes, on my own. Do you, well, settle it. Tie up the horses. Let's get you settled. We can talk.
What's your name, friend?
Nakavo.
I'm sorry?
Nakavo.
Macabo.
Nakavo.
Brune. And I'll
Brune.
sit down next to it.
Nice to meet you, Brune. I'm surprised to see travelers on the road so late.
Well, we've had quite the night. Some creatures of twig and malice set upon us.
Interesting. Yes, the nighttime around here in the forest can be a little bit, I always have half an eye on the path leading up to this while I'm sitting about. A bit of a night owl myself. I like to write music and songs while I'm, this is my good creative hour, and so I sing. It's a good way to clear my mind at the end of the day.
Do you play something?
No, it's
Instrument?
mostly
just vocals.
vocals. I like
Nice.
to compose.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, what's your name, friend?
I'm sorry. That's very rude of me. My name is Smog. You can call me Smog.
Smog.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you. And you there,
Baradin.
Baird. Good. Are
We
you on
heard a
your way?
little bit of your tunes as we were walking up.
Oh, it's not often I get an audience. I usually,
Oh.
pretty. You on your way to Pepperwick?
Yes, yeah. Some of us live there.
Oh, residence there.
Yeah.
Interesting. I usually just stay the night on my way through. Well, good. It's nice to have some company. How are you fixed for betting and whatnot? Do you have? And then he realizes that there's more of you. He sees Charlotte and Wince and Noof, and he's like, "Oh, wow! How many of you are there?
Just the six of us.
Six on 3 horses. Okay. It is what it is.
Currently, they're just pack mules, kind of.
Yeah, essentially.
Fred pack mule.
Fred Winnie's.
Fred Winnie's.
Nakavo, have you encountered anything strange on your inscription? Pilgrimage, yeah? Like,
Strange? Like
yeah.
how?
Like, the desire to stay in one spot for a long time, or losing time, or perhaps large white stag-like creatures that want to
Seem-
keep you somewhere.
Want to keep? Well, I mean, I have to say the view of the lake at Vinland's awfully nice, and sometimes I stay an extra day there. I've seen a few deer, but I'm not sure what that means. Keep me? Are
Okay.
you all feeling okay?
Yeah, I
It's
think
been a
we're-
long day.
We are a bit tired. Yeah, that's true. We get to get a little bit beat up by those stick things, but. So you travel alone every year on your pilgrimage, huh?
I do.
And you do you go ahead of or behind the main group of people that go on this here inscription?
I know that there are a couple of large groups. I think you're talking about that massive group of a couple
Yeah,
hundred
you know,
people.
like 60, 70
They kind of pull
people.
together. The further they go, more people join them.
Indeed.
I don't know where I stand in proximity to them. Sometimes I've seen them, and when I do, I'm just like,
I get it.
I don't want to be
like
bothered
crowds
with so many
sometimes
people.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, you didn't like seem to pass them or encounter them on your pilgrimage.
I passed a fairly large encampment back on the road a ways, but like I said,
You steer clear.
probably could have stayed with them, but that's not. So I went on until I found someplace else to stay.
It's better that you didn't stay with them.
Is something wrong?
They
Possibly.
They seem to have some kind of a fixation. You know.
Interesting.
It's possible that there may be some effect that has taken hold of their minds. But we spent a few hours in their encampment. We went to look for them when they were late to arrive in Pepperwick.
He reaches over to his right and he pulls this small array of 3 iron rods that are a tripod, and he puts them over the fire, and there's a chain hanging from the center, and he grabs a small kettle and he's like, it looks like this might involve some coffee. Anybody want some? And he hangs a pot over there and he grabs some of his water supply and pours it in there.
I wouldn't say no.
So this sounds like something. So were you going and looking for them, or did you encounter them?
Well, yeah. I mean, listen. Where we come from, Pepperwick, it's kind of a big deal. It's like, you know, we rely on these people to come through once a year. It's, you know, it's not our only means of income, but it's nice. You know, it's nice to have them come in year after year. We get to make friends with people. We understand them. They understand us. They make it really pretty around our lake with all the geysers, with all the tents that camp out. And, you know, we were expecting them yesterday, or this morning, I mean. And, well, I guess by now it's probably close to yesterday. But they didn't show up. So we thought it was a little weird. Everybody else was a little bit weird. They were already. They thought it was time, you know. Like, I had some things that I wanted to sell. My friend here has a nice farm market that's set up at the bazaar, and it was bizarre because they didn't show up.
It's
And
a
so-
well-known event, I've heard. You know, each of these towns expects them to pass through, and, you know, you can get an approximation on the date they're coming. Most towns know which day. I try to time my things around that. But, yeah, I could imagine it being quite alarming if someone didn't show up to that.
Yeah, so that's why we left town and came this way. And then we found these people, and they didn't want to leave, and they didn't want to let us leave. Well, the guardian or the custodians didn't want to let us leave, and it was kind of weird because I've lived here for a long time. I ain't never seen no custodian things like that before, so it was a little weird.
The custodians.
That's what those big staggy white things were.
It's possible that they're, I don't know, spirits of some kind. I'm not altogether sure.
I have to say, you're causing the hair on the back of my neck to tingle a little bit. This is, you know.
You haven't seen any like stones, crystals that are like black and brownish.
My friend, you mentioned some very interesting things.
I know it's weird shit, but
I've not seen any of these things.
okay, stay away from those. It's not fun.
You've seen these things. Why should I stay away from them? I'm curious.
They may be connected to every person that we've seen own one of these stones has become enthralled by it, almost unable to take their eyes off it.
Interesting.
It's eerie,
Almost hypnotic.
indeed.
Yeah, it's like a weird trance.
I see. Huh. I've never heard of such a thing before.
Yeah, I've never seen it either. It's weird.
And your friends here, what are your names? Charlotte kind of comes forward and sits down next to the older man, and Noof and Wince kind of keep their distance, but they introduce themselves, and the 7 of you are now sitting around this fire. Charlotte chimes in. It's the strangest thing. We were there for one night like we usually are, and we had all good plans of leaving the next morning and heading to Pepperwick. And when we got up, it seemed that everybody was at the encampment as if they were planning to spend another day there. They were going about their normal day-to-day activities rather than packing up the camp and getting ready to move on. Breakfasts were slow coming. Tents weren't being taken down. Nobody was packing their things. And when I started to ask around, it was almost as if nobody understood why I was even asking the question. And that's what was strange to me. Because the day before, we had traveled. We had been in Mammon, and we were on our way up to Pepperwick. And everybody was eager and talking about the various stops on the journey and what it meant to them. The impact that the overall trek had on them spiritually. And there was a genuine level of enthusiasm and purpose to what people were doing. And the next morning, it was as if all of that had been stripped away.
And a lot of them had these rocks. It was weird.
Nakavo looks at you and he's like, rocks? Like you said, crystals.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, crystal
What
rocks.
do they look like? I'm curious.
They're black with like a vein of like coffee color, creamy vein going through it. It's we came across a kid too that had one, and he was like 1,000-yard stare. It was kind of creepy.
Huh.
You haven't seen any weird like fungusy things either, have you? I know. Look, you just met us. We come up in the middle of the night, walking around with
We
the
got all
horses,
kinds of weird
and
stuff.
Do
I'm
either of you
telling
have
you
the
all kinds
ability
of
to
weird
maybe
shit.
bandage his wounds? I'm a little worried about him.
I mean, I'm close to bleeding out, but it's not that bad yet.
I have.
I talk weird shit all the time.
Wait, I have a thing actually.
I'm pretty tired.
I have a thing. I have a healer's kit. So I'm gonna, as a utilize action, expend a use of the healer's kit to tend to Zmog. You can choose to expend one of your hit dice, and then I'll roll that die size. And then you gain the roll +2 amount of hit points. So would you like to?
Yeah.
I mean,
Why not?
we could,
Let's
or we
play
could.
it-
You want to play it safe?
Play it safe.
Oh, okay, fine.
What,
Oh, jeez, what is my hit die?
I think it's an 8.
I think it's an 8 too. But
It's a D8?
I'm pretty sure. Pretend to do a short rest.
well, you're in luck because,
A D8.
so you're gonna get 10 hit points back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yo, you.
So,
wow.
Brune
I'm back up.
Yo, you feeling rejuvenated?
Oh my God, that's
Rune,
so good.
takes the,
Oh, every
I'm like,
blue
I
skies.
have this, like, in addition to the healer's kit that, Mayor Posh gave Brune, she's also got some supplies of her own. So she's kind of mixing and matching these different herbal remedies that she's known their whole life that are kind of like almost healing accelerants. There's like some twine in there and like stitching up underneath your scales. It's just getting you right as rain through a combo of techniques with the healer's kit.
Yeah.
So, Nakavo is kind of watching all of this go down, and he says, "It seems like you are pretty self-sufficient and have some skill sets, and although you do speak some odd tales, that's for sure.
There's some odd stuff happening.
Yeah, it's not me.
I can't figure out why I haven't been, aware of any of this, why it hasn't crossed. I've been so close, proximity-wise. I mean, I saw the encampment right down the road, but no stags, no crystals, no fungal things, like you mentioned. But again, when I walk, I meditate, and so I'm sort of in my own space.
How do you do that? What do you do with the meditations? Do you like think about things? Do you use a song? Do you like focus? How do you do that?
Well, you have to keep in mind the purpose of the inscription itself, right? If you think about the story that inspired the inscription, on the one hand, you have Kalagenia, a demigod who took the heart of the land from the ground and stole it and took it across the continent and changed the face of Vesper for a couple of 100 years. It was an act of somebody who was related to the divine to do something so selfish and to alter the face of the world. For what? For personal gain? Because they heard a voice? But then look at what turned that around. The journey of mortal people, those born of mortal men, brought that back, found purpose in their own existence, put their lives on the line to retrieve that thing, traveled across a continent and through another plane of existence to return it to its rightful place. And what that does is it contrasts that act by that demigod with something that's purely selfless. And so this journey is really about that. It is about a selflessness. And so while I walk, I don't think about who I am or what it is that I do. I think about the act and what it symbolizes, not what I'm giving up, not the time that I'm losing, but where I will arrive at some point. And maybe, to some degree, the very energy that I've put out there in that selfless act, in helping to symbolize and keep alive the spirit of what those adventurers did so long ago. So it's not so much formal meditation where I might be in a trance, but in a lot of ways, I don't pay attention to a lot of what's around me. That could be problematic. Given the state you came into this encampment in. No offense.
It's possible that it also saved your life.
Given what you've said, trance-like states and alluring crystalline objects, maybe it's better that I was aloof.
Functionally aloof. I like it.
I like that better than meditation. I'll take it, Smog. Functionally aloof. That is what I will refer to it from now on. I might even write a song about that.
Oh, I'd like to hear that. Yeah. I'd like to hear that very much. I like you.
I like you as well.
You're nice.
Maybe we could make the journey to, if you got some rest.
Can I just do a real quick insight check?
Of course. What are you looking to ascertain? I'm curious.
I just want to see if he's
On the up and up, or is
up
he,
and up, or is his
on the
aloof?
up and up.
Is this aloofness kind of fucking weird? Oh God. That's an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
You love this guy. But I mean, that's not necessarily because you rolled low and you're being deceived. I mean, you rolled an 8. You might be being deceived, but the guy seems like he's, he invited you into his camp. He's sharing some coffee with you over a fire. He's inviting you to stay in his encampment. There doesn't appear to be anything amiss about him.
All right.
You're comfortable, that's for sure. You know, we often confuse an insight check with this idea of my character is uncomfortable. But remember, it's you, the player, that's just checking the game. Your character is totally comfortable.
Yeah, my character thinks this guy's the shit.
Yes.
Alright. I don't know about you guys. I'm really fucking sleepy.
Yeah.
If you'll let
Been a
us,
long day.
if you'll let us share your fire for the night,
Oh,
that would be.
I would think nothing less than that. I wouldn't feel terrible turning you away right now. And even though I am a night owl, it's really getting on. We should probably get some rest if we're going to get anywhere.
Indeed.
What are your plans tomorrow to like try to get to Pepperwick?
Yes.
Oh, all right, cool. That's
See, by my schedule, by tomorrow, by the time I get to Pepperwick, the large group of pilgrims would be gone. So I maintain a kind of... I get to be by myself.
I like that.
But a small group of people I can tolerate for one night. I think I can handle that.
All right,
You
well,
seem
we
like
try
you
not
need
to
it.
bother you too much, you know, because you've been very, very, very nice to us.
Well.
So,
It's my pleasure.
all right, I'm gonna go take all the saddlebags off of Fred, and you know, make sure he's got a little bit of grass close by to him, so he can have a little snack. Maybe he can tidy himself up a little.
Yeah.
Brush your horse.
And brush him.
As everyone makes the evening preparations and goes to bed, I'll take a watch just to play it absolutely safe
Okay.
before hitting the hay myself.
Okay. That sounds good.
Do you want to wake somebody up, or
Sure.
I think we take shifts.
yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so first watch,
Second.
second watch. All right. Anything to do in the downtime before you... I mean, you're tired. You're probably going to go right to sleep. But
I think as they sit on their watch, Brune just kind of listens to the crackling of the fire, and she's got their sword just kind of stretched across the lap out of the sheath.
Mhm.
And it's kind of just like holding it up to the firelight, looking at the blade, and there's no warps in it from the strange buildup of heat. It seems to be in decent condition for what it is. It's still not expertly crafted. But as Brune takes the time to really just be present with themselves and watch the dark tree line, you're gonna hold a portion of the blade over the fire for a little bit, just to the point where the metal's a little workable. And we'll take another tool that they have, and we'll carve runes, a single word, into the like the base of the blade where it meets the guard. And they write the word Vanitas,
Vanitas.
the name of their mother. And just kind of meditates with the idea that this creation, this blade, though it was something that was created to sort of run from the arcane past that Brune may have had, it's still a vehicle for arcane purpose.
Okay.
And just kind of sits with that for a few hours.
I kind of want to take a moment with that little scene of you on this watch, and it's dark, and you've encountered a lot tonight. You've seen these custodial stags. You've witnessed a lot of strange things, especially in the last 24 hours. I will just say, what's your alignment? I'm assuming as a paladin you're lawful good.
Let me check, actually. Boon is lawful neutral.
Lawful neutral. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna let it rest.
Okay.
All right. Anything from the two of you just before you go to? I mean, you're sleeping now, right? You're conked out.
I was pretty tired.
Charlotte, Noof, and Wince are all conked out.
I think as I was drifting to sleep, I kind of caught out of the corner of my eye. She's got that blade over there, and I think I might have muttered something. Just be careful of your heat treat. You don't want to soften your blade too much.
The eternal blacksmith who falls asleep finally.
I'll take a rest until I'm woken up for a shift.
Okay, so your shift is relatively uneventful, other
Great.
than your small ritualistic carving of the runes into the blade, and you're up.
I'm just gonna, maybe add a small stick or two to the fire. Just keep it going. I think I'm just gonna sit there. And I just want to sit with my holy symbol and just think in my mind. I don't have much experience on this path other than some visions and stuff. I don't really understand it that much yet, but the I guess power that I'm experiencing in healing someone, like Charlotte was dying.
Yeah, left for dead. She was
And,
close.
With this power that, coursed through me or whatever we want to say. I mean, she just came back. So there's something in that.
And one of the things we don't often talk about, Charlotte as an NPC, when she went down, and you saw her go down, you saw her eyes roll back in her head, and you saw her body lose any level of stability it had. Like you saw someone go down as if the very essence of life got sucked right out of them as her eyes went back. And just before you healed her, she had almost no breath, no responsiveness whatsoever. You thought she might have been dead. So to see her bounce back so strongly from that was a very powerful moment for you.
Yeah, no, it was, I think, in his mind, it was something miraculous, or, and he's just going to ponder on that for a little bit.
Okay. And as you're pondering, and every once in a while you poke the fire with a stick, what little flames there are leaping up, and the trees cast shadows on other trees as they sort of, the flicker of firelight moves off into the woods. Something moving catches your eye. It's still pretty deep in the woods. And you're sitting in a direction that doesn't face the road. You're sitting in a direction that faces off the one side of the campsite deeper into the woods. And at first it looks like a shadow that's out of place. It looks like it moves at a speed and a pace that doesn't line up with the way the fire flickers. And so it holds your attention for a second, and you look longer. It's tall, almost like a tree-like structure itself. But then you notice what catches your eye is the top of this structure has a very bulbous form at the top of its tallness, resembling a head, but larger and misshapen. And then what almost appears to be like a limb in shadow as it kind of like moves through the trees. And then you see that bulbous form just lean out from a tree. And it's looking, or at least its silhouette appears to be paused and aimed in your direction, as if it studies the campsite. It doesn't make a sound. It doesn't become aggressive. It doesn't get any closer. And then moments later, you're not 100% sure, but it feels almost like it turns and then disappears into the darkness.
Okay. Well, I think maybe after that interaction, maybe I take a little time away from the holy symbol stuff, and I think I'm just gonna kind of gaze off in that direction for a little while. Maybe I take that stick that I was prodding the fire with, and I think I'm gonna spread the ashes and coals around a little to start trying to tame the little bit of flickering flames that were coming from this. I'm gonna kind of spread it out so it starts to die down. So,
Okay.
I just want to keep an eye out in that direction.
Okay.
I know Zmog doesn't have the best vision at night, so I think if I see anything else, I might try to alert Brune. Just see.
But it winds up being relatively calm.
Okay.
And that's the only thing you really encounter through the night.
Okay.
And so you can all mark a long rest as you start to get up. I'll mark hit points back to Charlotte and Noof and Wince.
That was a... What? D&D Beyond is so different now.
We've been out of it for a while.
Wait, when you long rest, you recover all hit dice with the 5.5 rules?
Apparently. That's pretty cool.
Wait, you did that in the 5e rules.
You get half hit dice. You recover all hit points, you get half of your hit dice back. So if you're level 4, you've spent 4 hit dice on a
you only
rest,
get
you
two
only
back?
get 2 hit dice back.
That's right. That's right.
That's how it used to be. Now you recover all hit dice.
Pretty
God.
nifty.
Yeah.
So you get that one back.
Okay. Slowly, the campsite comes to life. Your NPC friends have started to stir, wake up slowly, and Charlotte rubs the back of her head as she kind of like barely opens her eyes, and she's like, God, that hurt last night. I didn't think I'd be this stiff, but a walk will do me good. Does anybody have any coffee they could put on? Do you have coffee?
I think
I mean,
Nakaba was talking about coffee last night.
I've got some leftover from last night. If you want to take it,
I'll take anything right now.
I'll just kind of pass her the. I didn't drink much of it last night, so it's still like relatively a full cup. It's just kind of lukewarm at this point.
And with that, the tent flap flips open, and Nakavo's there, and he's like, kind of giving himself the morning scratch. And you can get a good look at him now. Last night around the firelight, there was almost something enigmatic about this older man in the glow of the orange fire. Now, in the full-on morning sunrise, he's like scraggly looking, and he's got some gray hair all over his chest, and his ribs show a little bit. And he's wearing a pair of what look to be like burlap or some kind of linen shorts that are tied with a rope, but he doesn't have a shirt on, and he's in his bare feet, and he's just kind of like, good morning.
Morning.
You sleep okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good. You feeling better?
Yeah. Not as much like
Any,
a dead
any
rock.
weirdness in the night?
Actually, when I was on my watch, I don't know how to explain it. This tall-ish form, but like almost bulbous at the top, like rounded, wider. It looked like it had some kind of weird limb, and it almost looked like it was like stalking us.
Really? As you're telling him this, he's reaching into a bag and he pulls out a small stone mortar and pestle, and he takes a small jar out and he pours some coffee beans into it. He's grinding. He's listening
guy
to you,
knows
right,
what's
as he's
up.
grinding this thing up. And he's like, bulbous.
Kind of. It was dark, and you know, the light bouncing off the fire made it a little weird. But yeah, it was almost like this shadowy form. Seemed round. I don't know. But what was weird is it seemed to almost slink behind a tree, but kind of like I felt like it was watching.
Huh.
But then just disappeared.
Well, maybe it sensed your overwhelming, power. That you
Maybe.
you seem to be able to hold your own. If I was in the woods in the dark and I came upon a campsite and I saw the likes of you, I'd probably slink away too. I got some bread left over from when I was in Mammon, but until I get to Pepperwick, I don't have a lot. But you're certainly welcome to a chunk of it. And he starts peeling off chunks of bread and
Thank
pouring
you.
coffee, and he's like, as soon as I'm done with this spot, I'm gonna break the camp down, and we'll.
You know?
Well, do you want an extra set of hands?
Yeah, I'd love it. That'd be
Very well.
great.
And I think we've got some rations of our own as well, so kind of just like
I was gonna
make
say,
a
I
little
think
make a little potluck.
we gotta
breakfast
restock
going.
this guy when we get back to Pepperwick. I got
yeah.
some. I mean, unless I forget the attendant's name. Unless she sold out all of my veggies, I can stock you up with some amazing veggies. It's in my notes, but I just didn't want to look.
Charlotte goes in her bag because she was wearing like a small knapsack. She goes in her bag and she pulls out a small wrapped up piece of cloth, and she grabs this very small frying pan that she's got in her bag, and she slams it right down in the coals, and then she goes in there with what looks to be like some kind of like fat stick, and she smears it in the bottom of the pan, and it's not long before it starts to smoke, and she unfolds the little piece of cloth and she pulls out this really small chunk of meat and she throws it in the pan, and it's like psh. And you guys are all looking, and she like looks at you and she's like, what?
Yo, these pilgrims.
I grabbed something before I left. I figured I'd be hungry.
Good of you.
I like this lady.
She's reaching around the bag. She pulls a fork out. She sticks it in there and flips it over. And then, Nakavo gets up and begins to pull stakes on the tent. And you pop over and
I'll
begin to help.
and-
So you're fed, you're caffeinated, you've broken camp, and you head out on the road.
We've dressed in our armor.
Yeah.
You've put your armor on.
Armor is
You have
on.
reasonably good armor classes. It's not long before you head out, and you're back on the road again, walking the horses. And now there's 7 of you on this path. Oddly, similar to the way this pilgrimage works, right? Because as people travel, they seem to pull in people from all different campsites, and their numbers grow. So here you are. You're having conversations, and it's probably a good 5 or 6 hours journey from where you are now to Pepperwick on foot. Okay. You're walking. You want to talk? You want to have a scene? What do you want to do here? Do you want to try and glean some information from the Cavo? Charlotte? The other 2?
Brune's gonna go up to Charlotte, and just ask. So, Fjord seemed to have some pretty serious memory loss. Did
He
you
did.
lose anything?
Say again?
Did you lose anything over the course of the...
This is one of the reasons why I really just could not connect with what was going on with them.
Yeah.
Because he kept talking about this. I don't even know what he was talking about. It was kind of like talking about nothing.
Yeah.
There was like nothing left to him. It was as if he had never left that space, that grove. But me, I remembered the day before. I remembered Mammon when we were there and we were all sharing a meal. I remember leaving my home.
And where are you from, if I may ask?
Bay Breach. That's the southernmost tip of the peninsula on Afari. Southeastern peninsula. It's a port town.
quite a way.
Well, pilgrimage was always important to my family, and the inscription was something my father taught us about when we were little kids, and always promised us we'd go. And eventually we did, and turned into a family thing for the few years that my parents were still with us, and now I carry it on. The group used to bring me comfort until this trip.
Oh. I'm very sorry. It's a unfortunate set of circumstances.
It's been a long time. It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, this recent development with this encampment is kind of problematic, but, It was strange. When we arrived in the camp, and we found this tree stump, I sort of recall that tree from years past, because it was the center of the encampment. And we actually used to build the tents around that tree. Seeing it gone, and felled in such a way that it looked as if it had actually been cut, was odd to me. And seeing it, of course, it carved out in the center, holding this pile of crystals, was almost like an altar. It was like an offering. It was so strange. And you would think a group of pilgrims would respect such a, obviously placed. At first I thought maybe it was a grove that the druids would visit, and maybe this was some kind of like sacred space, and the crystals were part of some kind of ritual. And so I just stayed away. The rest of them, they were interested. And I'll admit, the stones are beautiful. But it didn't take long for that to clear. Didn't take long for them to pick a few up here and there. I found that odd. I'm certain it's connected.
That prior to discovering the grove, the encampment, we saw this odd patch of darkness in a grove nearby. That's where we found those freaky fungus creatures that Smog references so often.
I heard him talking about it.
Yeah, there was like a big tree.
There was
too.
a large, felled, moss-covered tree.
I wonder if
And
that.
as we left, one of those gems appeared at my feet.
That is most strange. I mean, could the two stories be related?
I
Maybe.
think so. Maybe once we regroup at Pepperwick and make sure that everybody gets there okay, maybe the three of us should investigate that grove a little further.
It's too bad we didn't bring any of those with us. It's possible somebody could have had some answers. I wasn't willing to carry one, though.
Hope there.
The crystals?
Yeah.
The one that appeared at my feet in that grove hasn't left the saddlebag.
You have one on you.
We wrapped it up and put it in the saddlebag.
We have multiples.
Didn't take it out, didn't touch it at all. It just...
Well, it's possible somebody might know something back in Pepperwick.
I'd like to do a little research.
I think that's a wise idea. Well, we'll see how that goes. This guy's interesting. Reminds me of all the other pilgrims we've met on the trip, though.
A little more eccentric than others, it seems.
He seems nice enough.
I say he seems like
It's
a
a-
decent. It's like what we normally expect this time of year. These people come in and they're nice.
You turn, and behind you, and Nakavo is plodding along slowly, holding one of the horses, and also has Noof and Wince walking alongside of him, and he's gesturing in a way like he's telling a story back there, but he's a few paces back, so you can hear his voice every once in a while, but you're a cluster of your own up front.
I just, yeah, I really think it has something to do with these stones, but it's weird that we found some in that weird clearing that those mushrooms told us that we wouldn't find what we were looking for there.
It may come to blows.
It may.
Friends, your compatriots back here tell me that you helped them out of that encampment. That they looked to leave and you made that way possible.
Is this Nakamo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the right thing to do.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. When I say that I think about the selfless acts on a journey like this, well, you've embodied that entire spirit. I have something for you.
Oh.
And he pauses for a minute and everybody stops and he's got a really good sized pack on his back, right? Which looks to almost be part of the journey. You've noticed that these pilgrims carry these massive packs. And of course they have to carry all of their camping gear, right? But the weight, I think, is also something they bear with pride because it sort of symbolizes carrying the heart back across the whole journey. So he kind of like his skinny body, he is now wearing this sort of like a, almost like a canvas, like tunic, like shirt that hangs down mid-thigh level. He kind of gets himself out and you almost see his ribs stick through his shirt as he pulls his bag off of his back and he sets it down, unties the top and begins to go through it and takes a few things out. And he reaches down in the bottom and he pulls out what appears to be a really soft piece of leather that's folded all up and bundled really nicely. And he unfurls it and you notice that he's got this decent sized bag. And he's like, I have a couple of these from my journeys. And, well, you only need one. So this is for all of you. And it's the bag of holding that you decided you would get in session 0 because you asked for a magic item somewhere on this journey.
Oh, shit!
I knew
And you
exactly what it
forgot
was
about
when
it,
you
didn't
started
you?
talking
I
about it.
completely forgot about it!
And you said he's got a couple of them. I was like,
And so you may have a bag of holding because you asked for it in session 0. Well, you asked for a magic item. I didn't expect to roll a freaking bag of holding.
Hey, you let it to the dice.
you let it to the dice.
I did. I left it to the dice, and that's what you got. And he holds it out to you, and he kind of is like, he's like, you know, there's possibility in a bag like this. It offers you the ability to possibly do more deeds like the ones that you've done. And so I'm almost really happy to see this go to you. But enjoy it. I have no need for it.
That's very kind of
You're
you.
a good guy.
Thank you. I like all of you as well. As he's talking to you, he's kind of like cinching up his bag and flipping the top back over it and picking it up and putting it on his back. And he kind of like stands up with a groan. And
I'll whichever of the horses he was leading, I'll take from him so he can focus on carrying his own weight.
okay. You get back on the road and journey on for a few more hours. And it's not long. I mean, it is long. It's a few more hours, but you begin to approach Pepperwick. You come around the bend. You emerge from the forest, and now the valley sort of sinks down below you. And the familiar sights of the lake, the 2 islands with the geysers on them, there they are down at the bottom of the valley. The road you're on is a ribbon that winds around the edge of the mountain and descends down into the town of Pepperwick, which you're very used to.
We didn't see like the kid on the side of the road.
You did
like,
not
just
see the kid.
chilling.
No,
Okay.
the kid was not there, just chilling.
Hopefully he's back in town, and I mean, I guess we'll find out.
But you get back into town, walking in with the horses, and a few people kind of like spot you and nod. They recognize you as being, you know, natives of this place. What do you want to do with this? You've got these people. You got Charlotte with you. You've got Noof and Wince. Charlotte's just kind of like, oh God, finally, I might be able to actually, you know, I've left all of my stuff with the encampment, but maybe I can replenish here and continue on my own.
Decent store, I think. You know.
Yeah,
You said you're from here.
Yeah.
indeed.
Would you mind
These
if
two.
could I stay with one of you for a day or two while I get myself together?
yeah,
Wince and Noof could probably, you know, I'll probably continue on with them since we've.
My place isn't directly in town. It's a little farmhouse right on the outskirts.
On the northern side?
I would imagine it's on. Yeah, it would be on the other side of town. We just came in the southern side of the town.
That would work. I mean, I'm heading that way anyway.
Yeah, I mean maybe. Do you have coin to possibly replenish your?
I got a little bit. I could probably get something.
Okay. All right. I'm sure we can figure it out.
All right.
So we're coming in and we're kind of going through the bazaar. Yeah.
Well, the bazaar's in the center of town.
Right.
So, yeah, you do come up on that. You do notice that the sides on your tent, Baradin, that you keep there, they've been tied down. So, whoever was watching it yesterday locked up for you.
At least she locked up. I mean,
Yeah.
I wonder if she sold anything. I mean, it clearly doesn't seem like the town got much action yesterday, but you know.
I don't think I ever gave you her name, by the way.
I don't think so. I'm
No.
looking at my
Was
notes.
that,
and-
Was that Constance?
No, that was not Constance. I realized Constance was one of the NPCs I had not used yet. But Mayor Posh, who was the one who sent her to you, her name is Nora.
okay.
So, and you would know her just from, being a
Yeah.
townie.
Townie.
You're a townie. All right, so what do you think the plan is for all of you?
If the two of you want to help our friends get settled, I can go find the mayor and fill him in.
Give him a little update.
Yeah.
We should bring Fred and Franz back to the stable so that they can get everything they
Well,
need.
they can they can get brushed and.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Make sure they get brushed and watered and fed and
Yeah.
that way they'll be comfy.
Yeah. Let's return the horses.
Yeah. We'll return the horses and then I'll go find the mayor.
And if we're passing by the bazaar on the way to the stables,
Yep.
I think I would like to poke my head into your tent and see just
If there's anything.
what's been around. And
What do you mean by see what's been around?
see if anything's sold, what
Oh.
the inventory looks
Like, is
like.
all the
in
stuff
tent.
still just
Oh,
in
yeah.
the tent,
Yeah.
or is it
Well, yeah, so you're there right now. I mean, you're kind of moving your way through town, and so you take a moment to shove your head in, you pull the ties apart on the sides of the tent flaps, and you look inside. And, Baradin came to the bazaar with a fairly decent load of produce, expecting to sell like crazy that day. And it looks like there's a few pockets of things that have been touched, but nothing like what you should have. And frankly, some of the greens are beginning to wilt now, that it's the second day. So that's a disappointing situation, certainly, for
Yeah.
a farmer.
I was
But you continue to pass through, and
one thing real quick.
yeah, of course, go ahead.
There's a little side table of some of the things that I brought in there as like wares to sell.
Yes.
In addition to, so I would like to grab one of my single prong forks, my nice artisanal single prong forks, and also one of the salt and pepper vessels. They're really, really beautiful. They have holes on all of the sides of them, so it's something to behold when you want to season something and you put two of these in your hand and you kind of swirl them around, and stuff goes everywhere. It's really nice.
That's unique.
So I'm gonna grab a set of those and one of the single prong forks, and I want to go over to Nakago and say, hey, my friend, since you were so good to us in offering us our fire, I want to give to you some of these beautiful handmade items made by yours truly. For your, I know you material things and all that. It's not so much that, but it's more about you gave us your trust, and I would like to give you some of the beauty that I try to create and put into this world. Is share a little something that is in line with the walking of the pilgrimage here. These are for you, my friend.
What a generous and beautiful gesture. He's kind of holding up the single-pronged fork, looking at it. He's just like, this would be really come in handy.
Yeah, I figured you knew what
Journey.
to do with it. You know.
And how do you use these exactly? You know,
Well, you fill them up with your salt and your pepper, right? There's this little like mechanism on them. They're kind of threaded in, but
Right.
it's like a half twist. Huh?
right, I can see that.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
open them up and you put their stuff in there, right? Be careful, because stuff goes around, But the whole thought is you have those in your hand and you kind of go, and maybe you want to put them in a bag. If you have I don't know, bag of holding might be too big, but maybe a little sack, so that way whatever it is you put in them when it comes out, it doesn't go all over the floor. So that way you still have it. So the bag is helping you, but really these are meant to be a good means of equal disbursement of seasoning for your meats and your vegetables.
Smug, this is so nice. I can't thank you enough. I
You're
will take
welcome,
these
you're
with
welcome.
honor.
I like you. You're a nice guy. The way that you are so functionally aloof on the road.
My new favorite term.
Yeah, no, I dig you. You are a fine pilgrim, my friend. And if you ever need something from a forge in Pepperwick, you come find Smog, direct on Smogus,
I will keep that in
and
mind.
I will hook you up.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll be in
Shoot
town
up.
for a day or,
I hope we get to see you before you leave.
I would like that. I will certainly track you down and make sure to say farewell before I continue on.
Very good, very good, very good.
Yeah, that would be nice. You are, sort of kind of heading through the center of town on your way to the stables as well. So you take the horses up to Will's place, and he's actually outside, and he's, got one hoof of the horse, pulled up behind him under his arm and resting on his knee, and he's got a nice big curved piece of metal, almost like one of your single-pronged forks, but with a bend in it. And he's pulling the dirt out of the bottom of one of these horses' hooves, and it's splattering all over the ground. And he's kind of like half looking under his arm as he does this. And he sees you all coming, and he hears the horse hooves, and he turns up and he looks, and he's like, "Ah, you're back. Did you find Helene? Did you find them?"
Get away. Kind of, sort of.
Well, that doesn't sound too promising.
Well, we know where they are. The issue is getting them to not be there anymore.
Are they safe? Are they okay?
Yes.
Give or take.
Well, they're
If there's no immediate direct threat, it seems.
in terms of being harmed in immediacy, they're fine. Although there are sinister happenings,
I'm listening.
there's something wrong in that they're camped in a grove that they seem very unwilling to leave. Most of their memories are fractured.
Don't forget the funky mushrooms.
Their memories are fractured.
Some of them, it almost seems as if they believe that they've been living in that grove for forever.
Have you talked to the mayor about this?
I'm about to.
We're gonna go find her and let her know.
All right, well, I wish I hadn't come back so soon. I was kind of looking forward to 2 days on the bill for the mayor for these horses, but it is what it is. Don't tell him that I didn't rent you the war horses, but I'm going to bill him for them. We good?
Okay.
I respect the hustle.
Appreciate that.
Hey, you know what? Do me a favor. Give Fred an extra apple today.
All right,
And
we can do that.
I'll throw him the silver.
And now that's what I'm talking about right there. Fred's getting 2 apples today.
All right. That's fucking good,
So the 3 of you I mean, Charlotte and Wince and Noof are kind of like meandering about in the village. They're keeping an eye on you. I mean, this place is not that big, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like they're following you everywhere. But you make your way back from the stable, and there is a town center there. That's where Nora was sort of pulled out of when she came to watch your stall. That's where you'd find the mayor.
Okay.
Mosey on over to the
Yeah.
mayor. Knock on his door.
And as he comes out and he sees the three of you, he's just like, well, where are they?
Well,
Well,
you know.
3, technically 4 of them are in town.
Oh, that's quite a few less than we were expecting. Are they all right?
For the most part. May we come in?
Of course, yeah. Please, have a seat.
I'll sit down. Just kind of like lean forward in the chair. We discovered the inscription pilgrims had taken up residence in a grove of some sort. However, it's possible.
Maybe we should back up a bit, huh? We should let them know all this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, we found the pilgrims. But before that, we saw this one clearing that had, like, a very icky darkness to it. Like, not cool. Like,
What about the kid? Did the kid make it back to town?
I don't know. You know Silas? You ever seen Silas?
Silas, yeah, the Emin boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Something not right with Silas right now.
What do you mean?
Well,
He's a nice kid. Does a lot of fishing.
Sure. Yeah, he was talking about the fishing, but in a weird kind of way. Like, I don't know. So we see this log tree in the woods, in the dark part, and there was some kind of fungus looking back at us. Okay, so that was weird to start off with.
Yeah.
I don't know about you two, but I didn't feel good about that. And then we see Silas, and that's when, before that, Bruin found a shiny rock, crystal, at their feet when we were at the tree. Yeah, these things are really fucking weird.
So, Silas has in his possession a crystal that he almost can't seem to take his eyes off of. He seems almost
Most strange.
entranced by it.
Okay.
And most of the inscription pilgrims also had these stones.
Where do they get these stones?
They found them in a left behind in a tree stump. That's what we think the connection is to the
Yes.
felled tree in the shadow.
So yeah, so we saw the felled tree with the mushrooms looking back at us, and then we see Silas with the rock, and Bruin's got the rock, and then we go to the clearing where we come across all of the pilgrims, and what's that guy? The Fjord.
Fjord.
Yeah, we signed Fjord, and he's like out of it, kind of funky, weird, and.
I know Fjord.
You know Fjord?
Well,
yeah.
sure.
He thinks that he's been in that spot forever and it doesn't want to go anywhere. Like, it's almost like they forgot, like, what they were doing and why they were doing it. So there was this stump in the center of that clearing of their little encampment, and they don't want to leave. But we found 3 others, Charlotte and Noof and Wince, and they wanted to get out too. So, we tried to leave. But there was this big fucking stag white thing with horns that they were like...
The inscription referred to them as the custodians. They were these immense stags that seemed to try and push us back into the camp. They didn't do battle with us, but they seemed passively adamant that we stay in that location.
Yeah, we had to sneak out.
We
on
snuck
the cover
out.
of the darkness.
We snuck out through a back way.
Hmm.
We made it back. We were attacked by strange wooden creatures in the
Fucking
night,
sticky little bastards. They hurt.
but we made it back.
Are they a threat to the town?
No, we dispatched them. Okay.
we'll dispatch.
Well,
How do you know there aren't more of them?
I mean, the sticky things might be around.
The sticks.
I can't vouch if those stag things are
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm.
a threat to the
Wait.
town.
Back up. How far outside of town was this?
It's a good day's journey.
Roughly a day's
Ah.
travel.
Okay, good.
So it's not like
it's not an
right-
immediate
it's
threat.
not-
right around the corner.
You
Not
have to
at
understand my commitment to the town. I mean, I have to assess these things. I mean,
Yeah, of
we're going to
course.
lose some money that these pilgrims aren't coming through, but you're talking as if there might be something coming towards this town.
I don't think there is. What's worrisome is the fact that these pilgrims almost don't want to leave.
Yeah,
I
it was
think-
like they went against their own beliefs, and now they're like planted down in this spot, and like they're not like embodying the journey of the return of the heart of the Vassarine anymore, like in the inscriptions, the prescriptions.
If you had told me that that was what you were going to come back here with as a reason, it's the last thing I would have thought of. I thought for sure they had been harmed in some way.
They're hanging out up there, but they don't want to
Hanging
leave.
out.
We don't know if they're. We don't.
That's far stranger than them being harmed. Harmed just seems like,
It
you know.
is. It's a very. It's. I think our endeavor is to learn more about the situation. Because ultimately, I think we want the inscription to finish their journey. Or at the very least, it's seemingly innocent people being held possibly against their will by a supernatural force that we know nothing about. I think we ought to do something.
Yeah, but the tricky thing is, it's like their will. They don't even know that they don't have that will anymore. Like they just gave up. Like it's weird. It's like when we asked Fjord about where they were going, and you know, because I remember him too. You know, he's come through, and I was like, "Don't you want to come to Pepperwick? It's real nice there, and you come all the time, and you put your tents up, and it's nice." But they just kind of fritzed out, glitched a little bit, like didn't. Kind of got a bad headache real quick, and they had to put him down to sleep for a bit. You know,
My
it's
God.
weird.
Why did he get the headache, though? You said he glitched out? What does that
Yeah,
mean?
it was weird. Like he couldn't. He got really confused,
We
and
we started asking him questions about
Okay.
his past, and he almost had to force himself to remember, and it became a painful experience, and he fell unconscious for a time. I
Okay.
attempted to heal his mind however I could by means of the arcane, but I can only do so much.
So, let me get this straight. And then with that, there's a on the door of the mayor's office, and he's just like, "Do me a favor, open the door."
I'll go and open it.
And the door just kind of like bursts open, and here is this, you know, like overall covered burly dude with, you know, like a big giant head of hair, and he comes in, he's like, "Posh!" And the mayor kind of turns and looks at him, and he's just like, "Yeah, Griffin, what's up?" And he's like, "It's the boy. Something's wrong with him." And he turns and he looks at you, and he goes, "This is Griffin Emmon, Silas's father." He's like,
Where is he?
"Look, he's at the house. He doesn't move. He's just sitting there in the chair. He went to bed and everything. You know, he was a little odd last night, but."
Show me the way. And I'll immediately.
And with like
Follow
all
him.
the force of like a parent in absolute desperation, he like moves out of that room very quickly, and I'm assuming you follow.
Yeah, I'm gonna rush after him.
Okay,
I'll go
so
along too.
out the door you go, through the town. You turn down one of the farm roads, similar to the farm road that Barradin lives on, but on the other end of town, going the opposite way. There's several of these arteries out of town that go to various, you know, farm properties. And you wind up walking for about 5 minutes, and you're at this small, modest, wood-clad farmhouse. And he comes walking up the front stairs, and he's just like, Lelia, I don't know who these people are, but they seem to be interested in Silas's situation. And he kind of like throws the door open, and he kind of comes inside. And you walk into the living room of this house, and he points, and he's right there. And there's the same kid you saw yesterday. And he's sitting in the middle of the floor. Seems perfectly healthy in terms of his physical appearance. But he's just kind of like looking down. Right? And not really saying much. He's just kind of like effortless, without any kind of drive.
Do we see a crystal in his hands?
You don't.
Hey,
That's
Silas.
the first thing you think of.
You remember us?
Do him a little.
Huh? Hey. What's up?
Kind of like, without even lifting his head, he just looks up and he's just like,
Did you catch any more fish while you were out there? We saw you yesterday. Yeah, when we were heading out of town, you remember?
yesterday.
It was a beautiful day. You were talking about fishing and how you like to do that. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah? How'd you get back here?
God, that was so long ago.
No, it wasn't really. I mean, it was just a couple hours, really. It was like yesterday morning. You don't remember?
I haven't seen you in a couple of years.
No.
How old are you?
Daddy? How old am I? And he just kind of turns and looks at all of you, and he's like, something's really wrong here.
What? You got anything in your pockets?
I was gonna say, where's your rock?
Where's your fishing pole? Where's your rock?
I think I left my fishing pole outside. And he kind of like sticks his hand in his pocket, and he feels around for a minute. And then you see his hand, and it closes around something. And he pulls it out. I have this. And he has the very rock, the very crystal in his hand. And the father looks at it, and he's like, what's that? I mean, what is that?
It's possibly something dangerous.
Hey, Silas,
And the father reaches out and just grabs the thing from him. And the boy is like startled by it. You can see it's the most movement you've seen out of him since he's like started talking to you. And he doesn't seem to like try to get it back or feel like he's been robbed of anything, but he's just kind of like, and then he just goes back to that sort of state of a dead stare. And the father's got it in his hands, and he's kind of like looking at it.
look, hey, Papa, I don't think you want to be staring into
Don't.
that for too long.
Don't look too long.
Where did he get this?
There's a bunch of that stuff out.
What did it do to him?
We're trying to figure that out.
I would wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe let us have it.
What are you gonna do with it?
Well,
Did you give it to him?
No. He was actually the one. He helped us. You know, he kind of put us on the path.
He told us where he found it. We investigated. We were tasked by the mayor to find the inscription when they didn't show up yesterday. We
Right.
bumped into Silas on the road. He had that rock. He was looking into it. He seemed almost enthralled by it.
It's the first I've seen it.
He was a little more talkative yesterday.
He was.
And we've seen some more of these out in the woods with other people, and
What? What? You've seen these with other people? What do you mean?
well, we found the conscription people, and some of them, yeah, they found a whole bunch of these out there, and
It affected their memory.
This is happening to more than my kid.
Yes.
yeah.
This is possibly a bigger issue. This is the first that it's reached Pepperwick. If we can contain it, that would be ideal.
He turns and looks at Mayor Posh, who has also followed you to the house, and he's like, What are you going to do about this? Like, this is... how do we help him?
I think the first order of business should be wrapping that rock up and not touching it with your skin.
Here. Just get it out of my house.
I'll rip off a piece of my cloak and I'll just wrap it.
Who's responsible for this?
We're going to figure that out.
It's a pack of mushrooms.
There's a grove that has a sinister air
Dark
about it.
mushrooms.
I don't think it has.
You're saying
anything
that
to do with
you're
this.
saying that group of pilgrims has these.
Well, I think they kind of found them. They,
They're also being affected by them.
yes.
I don't think that there is any person that we can blame for this. It's a supernatural event of some kind.
It sounds like an entire group of people is to blame for this. These religious
No.
fanatics that come through this town.
That is not what's happening. They're victims of this just like your son.
How do you know that?
Because we spent time with them.
So where are they now?
A day away from here. We're going back there to investigate further. There is another location that has other elements that we need to learn more from. The bottom line is, nobody knows what's going on. People are losing their memories left, right, and sideways. We're trying to understand it, just like you are. The only way that we can fight this is by learning more about it.
Charisma check.
Gladly. Would that be persuasion or just flat charisma?
Do persuasion.
It's an 11.
He kind of like, he nods his head a little bit. He looks over at his boy. He turns to Posh and he's like, look, I get it. These are smart people. They're logical. They want to get to the bottom of something. And I've got my son, my only child, sitting there on the floor. And he's like, he's not even responsive. He's like, and then you do the math on this, Mayor. The group of people doesn't show up. They're affected by the same thing. They're down there and they haven't left. This is something they normally do. This is out of the ordinary. This is strange. How long were you with them?
A few hours.
Why did you leave them?
Because there were other entities that were trying to stop us from leaving. We didn't want to risk getting trapped there with them, because they are trapped there.
It was very, very unsettling. So, we did what we had to do to get out.
We deemed it necessary to come back here and at least inform Mayor Posh of what's happening. We couldn't let this be something that faded away into...
What about my boy? Is he going to be okay?
We will do everything in our power to make sure that he is.
I don't know. I got to talk to Eridak. I got to...
Who?
My neighbor, Eridak. The farmer lives next door to me. He'll know what to do.
Does he usually in matters of mystery?
Well, no, but he's a doer. He might be able to help me get something done. I can't... My child is like... Clearly there's something wrong. I can't just sit around and wait for a bunch of people to get to the bottom of something.
Well,
Mayor, you gotta think about your town here. This is not some research project that we need to kind of like unfold slowly. It's like, to me, I think there's a danger looming. I think we gotta take action. Like, we gotta do something about this.
that's what we are going to do.
What are you doing?
We're going to go back to that grove. We're going to find whatever entity is at the bottom of this. Chase down the connections that we have. Because there is a magical element here.
All right, well,
Look, I have spent nearly my entire life in the wilderness around mysterious shit like this. We have a druid in our company. We have a healer in our company. I know that you are against the idea of laying low and waiting for somebody else to handle something. But if you want to do something, be there for your child. Support instead of fight.
Well, I am. Sometimes supporting somebody means fighting for them. Have you talked to the pastor about this? I mean, this is a religious group. You've got some mysterious power. Like my child looks like he's in a trance. You know? Have you talked to the pastor?
We only just got back into town.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe there's.
I mean, we were kind of informing the mayor. You kind of,
You
barged
came
in
in.
a little bit.
We figured it would be a good idea to come and see how Silas was doing because it did not look so great.
Well,
But how about this? Okay, you tend to your boy. All
I'm
right.
gonna take my boy over to the church and see if Pastor Odo can help him.
That's
Okay.
a good thing to do.
He's a healer. He might be able to do something.
That's good.
Plan.
That's good. In the meantime, we'll take that rock and keep the crystal, away from Silas.
You
'cause
wrapped it up.
Yeah.
I have.
Can I take it with me? I'll give it back to you, but I want to see if he knows something. If I take my boy there and I don't have any kind of reference to show him, and I say, "Oh, there was some kind of rock," can I at least take it? I'll bring it back and give it to the mayor.
Just don't touch it.
I'm
with your
not.
bare
I won't.
hands.
I won't.
And don't let Silas get to it because it might have some kind
I'll
of.
put it up high. He won't. He doesn't look like he's gonna move much anyway.
You know how kids like to put things in their mouths. It's not. You don't want that happening.
Right.
You know, the average. Never
And
mind.
with that, he's kind of crossing the room, and he picks Silas up, and he kind of like holds him under one arm, and he stuffs the crystal in his pocket.
Is Mayor Posh with us right now?
Yeah.
Hey, Mayor, maybe you want to go with them and talk this out a little bit.
Yeah, I have a question for the mayor. Just a quick question.
Yeah. What do you?
I've been in town a couple of years, but I want to ask the mayor. I know you said we exit, the road coming down into the valley, forests on the sides and stuff. There's trees in town, right? It's not like an open valley.
Correct.
Okay. Can I ask the mayor where, if he knows, is the biggest, oldest tree in Pepperwick? Could he point me in a direction?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Well, now I can't necessarily vouch for the ages of every tree in Pepperwick, but
But a big, ancient-looking tree.
you know the one when you come in from the South Road, and you
Okay.
finally come around the bend and you look down in the valley.
Yeah.
There is that one that sits in the middle of the field all by itself. Massive, huge trunk.
Okay.
It seems like a good. Well, you're a druid. You might be able to figure that out. It seems like a good bet. Always seemed like an ancient tree to me.
Okay. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, the one. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that tree.
It kind of stands out.
I've seen that tree.
Okay. I want to go look at the tree.
Mayor, before you go with Griffin, what do you know about his neighbor, Eridoc? Griffin referred to him as a doer.
The griffin's standing right there with you. They're kind
Oh,
of like getting.
I wanted to wait until
Oh,
like
okay,
if I could pull the mayor aside
Okay,
and have a private
okay.
conversation with him. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Oh. Eridac's a hothead. He gets under Griffin's skin, and the two of them are going to start some trouble. They'll probably raise half the town to go down and
So
find these
maybe-
people.
That's what I'm worried about.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now that these people don't like this sort of thing. I mean, we love the inscription. We love the people that come through here. But when it comes to any disruption of the way of a peaceful life, this town will rise up. I'm telling you right now, I can hold them at bay for a little bit, but I think Pastor Odo might have some possible help for us. I don't know. He's a good historian, and he understands the history of some of these religions as well as the practice of it. So
I think why don't you go with the father and son go to the pastor, give him a little bit of the information. You know a little bit of the story. The rock, there's a rock going, crystals going. I just want to go look at this tree in town, just quick, and then we'll circle back.
Yeah.
To the.
But make sure you don't touch it, and keep an eye on them when
If
they're.
they're looking at Silas, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere near that thing.
Yeah, you don't. We need you to be level-headed so that you can keep town calm.
Of course. Of course.
Because
I gotta go. I'm gonna take him now before anything worse happens. And so he's like, check back in with me after you visit the tree for whatever reason. And he goes out the door, grabs Griffin and Silas, and off the porch they go. You know this tree. You all know it. It's a landmark of of Pepperwick. And so you want to head down that way.
Yeah, I want to head over to the tree. I have this, I don't know, suspicion. I just want to go check out the tree. There was a big tree in this clearing that everyone talks about from the, inscription that years past they remember the tree. Supposedly there was a big moss-covered tree by the weird mushrooms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to see if there's anything weird, with our ancient tree.
So I would like to go up to said ancient tree. I think I'm picking up what you're putting down, and I like that. So I'm going to approach the tree and kind of I'm going to outstretch my arms a little bit.
Okay, wait, you're not there yet. You haven't even gone there. You haven't left the house yet, but
Come on, I mean,
You're about to hug the tree.
You're like
Come
hugging the
on,
tree,
right?
hugging the house,
I'm ready to get down with this tree.
Jeez.
I totally hear you. But you leave the Emmons house, okay, and you head back down along the main road into town, and there is a very well-known footpath that takes you down into the valley, and this is one of the footpaths that's used by the inscription when they're gathered around the lake, right around those geysers. And this is how a lot of the members come up into town and do business in town, etc., etc. And that footpath takes you down. It winds down into this beautiful grass, massive bowl of a valley, right? At the bottom of which sits this beautiful lake with the geysers. And then off to the right of that sits this one lone tree. And it is sort of an icon on some level because of its size, and it's just massive, right? You're thinking about Silas. You're thinking about Griffin, Emmon, and this moment, Eridak, and what could possibly happen if they all get together. You in particular, Bruin, you're kind of thinking about his rage, understandably, but also, irresponsibly. You come around the bend in the footpath. You gaze down into this valley. And to your shock and utter horror, you see this tree laying down in the valley, stretched out. And there, around it, there are numerous townspeople, standing there in disbelief, looking at this thing as it lays there, all of its majestic branches and leaves, just sort of slumped over on the ground. And as you get closer, because they're still really far away, the tree is obviously big enough to notice that it's down. And the fact that there's some figures around there, you're still a little far off to see what they're doing. And as you get closer, you see one of them sort of standing up, hand up on this stump of a tree, this massive tree, pulling themselves up, looking, and they go up over the top and they reach in and they pull out this thing. And they look up and they show their friend. And their friend kind of pulls themselves up and looks and plucks one of these things out. And you see a glint of light, yellowish black, flash across the valley. As these townsfolk are reaching into the trunk of this tree and pulling out the very crystals that you saw the people in the inscription grabbing. And you know what the next words out of my mouth are going to be.
That's where we're gonna.
And that's where we're going to
Son of
stop
a
for
bitch.
tonight.
Shit. Shit.
All right. Let's see. I just want to check the chat really quickly. Oh, Radio Blade popped in. I didn't get a chance to look at that. I don't know if you're still here, Radio Blade, but good to see you. Thanks for joining us. And thanks to everybody else. Let's see. Penerick. And we also had Graylin was here earlier. And, of course, Eric Lazure was here. And Rabbit was, of course, here. So thanks to all of you that were popping in. Oh, J.K. Scuba stopped in for a little while, too. That's good. Good. Hopefully you're all still here. That's going to end session 2 of the long rest. Hey, listen, thank you for joining us. And if you haven't liked and subscribed to our channel yet, we would love it if you do that. Next Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be back for session 3. Now remember, the long rest is a shorter chapter in what hopefully will be a longer series of stories that include these characters, should they survive.
Gun, 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 gun.
Gun, 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 gun. We will see you all next week. Thank you so much for joining us. We love all of you.